the flaw, by the way, Smitty. That's great.
Right? It's perfect for a bird.
What's the name of that bird breed that likes magpie? You're a magpie. You like to collect shiny shit.
So I thought it was a good flaw. Don't know how it's gonna work, but thought it was a good one.
If I want to distract you, all I gotta do is like throw a coin around.
Yeah, basically.
Like a cat with a laser pointer.
Yeah.
He's gonna get along great with our more heavily armored people.
Cool. This is everybody. Everybody good to go?
Yarp.
What
his
do I need to have
intelligence.
open?
You need to have your character sheet open. You need to have the player's handbook around, and
Discord
some
rolls.
paper.
The dice rolls
Discord
section.
rolls. Yeah, you need to have that. Be ready to go to the dice rolls page, and that's about it. Your imagination.
Are we using Roll20?
No.
Okay.
I'm not gonna use Roll20. We'll ease into that. Cool. So when we left off, y'all had gone and checked out the granary area, and you killed some kind of lizard, snake-like creature, and you captured another human who had snake-like features, like scales on his arm, and sort of like a forked tongue and things like that. And you took him to jail. You took him to the local holding area, and then y'all decided to go to sleep, right? I was basically caught up to where we're at.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Cool. So you get a good night's rest, everybody. How do y'all want to do night's rest? Just the regular, you gain your constitution.
I think it's you roll your hit dice.
That's if you
Okay.
don't do a full 8 hours, right?
Yeah. Or if you get a full 8 hours, is that back to full health?
Is that how
I
you
thought
want to
it
do it?
was.
I thought it was one hit die per night rest. Let me check. I mean, I don't. Whatever y'all want to do, but
How do y'all want to do it?
I mean, we could do, if you get the full 8 hours, full health. If less than that, roll the dice. Die.
I'm down with that.
Does that sound good, to everybody?
Sounds good.
Fine with whatever. I don't intend on getting hit.
yeah, it sounds good.
Since my character only needs 4 hours to get the 8 hours worth, does that mean I only need 4?
Yeah. It didn't mean you
Okay.
only need 4. It means you can watch longer.
Yeah.
Alright. Cool. So y'all got a good night's sleep. And what do y'all want to do in the morning? Like, are you gonna prep for anything?
I'm going to wander over to the local tailor shop, pick up some cloth.
Okay. Is anybody else gonna do anything in the morning before? I guess. What did y'all plan on doing? Like meeting back at the jail to interrogate this dude?
Yes, that sounds delightful. Actually,
Yeah, I think that was the plan.
Yep.
I'm gonna interrogate him with my fist.
You should probably use the mutilated body of his lizard pet too while you're at it.
Eh.
Cool. So is anybody gonna do anything before they meet up back at the jail? I assume that's where y'all are gonna meet up then.
I'm gonna eat a hearty breakfast.
Yep.
I do 45 and a half push-ups.
Can't quite get the last one.
Didn't make it.
It was the hearty breakfast.
Cool. I guess. Okay. And I guess most of you just prepared your spells already. How do you want to do? Because I know some of you have to like meditate in the morning and like study your spell book and things like that. Do y'all just want to assume y'all do that, or do y'all want to call that? Oh, I believe you. Whatever spells you say you have prepared, I don't think you're gonna lie.
They could write it in character text.
They could.
Yeah, I'll do that. Yeah.
I'm just laying low until everybody is getting ready to go.
Cool.
Let's do it. Here.
Close enough.
Hmm?
You did it in proclamations. Close enough.
I mean, we could
Yeah.
put it in character. It doesn't really make sense to. Yeah, I guess I could slash me fucking
Yeah.
post it. So that resets your spell slots, right?
Yeah.
Long
every morning
rest.
you basically every morning you get to decide on whatever spells you want to use for that day. Cool. So you want me back up at the jail? Yeah.
Sure. Sounds
I would
good to
hope
me.
so.
Cool. All right. So you walk into this jail cell. I said you just all you meet up outside and you sort of just nod, say your hellos, how's it going, and you decide to just head in there into this into the jail, and you see this. It's not a very big jail cell. Basically, you've got the front like lobby area with a desk, and you've got two more desks, and then you've got a row of cells leading along two walls. So it could probably hold like eight or nine people there. And you see a guard. You see a guard sitting at the desk, and he sees you walk in. And
Good
he's like,
morning.
hello, good morning. State your business.
Here
what do
to
you need?
interrogate the prisoner.
The prisoner.
Yes, the creature we captured yesterday evening near the granary.
He shuffles his paperwork or everything. That prisoner, that one. He's back in cell. He looks a little bit closer. Cell 6. It's the first one on your right. You're gonna go down. You're gonna take a right, and see first one down that hole.
I require the key to his cell.
Key to a cell. What might you need that for?
To persuade him to talk.
Persuade him to talk. By whose authority are you trying to just come in here? Because this guy has no idea who you are.
I gotta be honest, dog. You don't sound very confident, and there's a lot of us. So let's just do the key thing. And as I'm saying that, I'm actually just going to use the cantrip thaumaturgy, which lets me change the color of my own eyes for a minute, and I'm turning them to red.
Okay.
As it's
do an
happening.
intimidation check.
It's amazing.
with advantage.
I'm gonna assist him in the intimidation check.
Okay, he's already got advantage, like with the eye changing thing.
Let's do
It's a
this.
D20.
I'm just finding my.
That's a cocky bastard.
So, I think that'll probably do it. 20, 18 plus 2.
Okay. So he nearly shits himself whenever he sees your eyes just start changing colors. And he goes, "Hey man, I only work here. Here, no, you take the keys. I'm gonna go back to my desk. I was yeah, no, just no. Here, take this. I'm out. Like, I just want to live." And he basically
poor
throws
guy.
the keys at you and moves away as quickly as possible.
And I hand him over to Uraz, and I'm like, here you go. Enjoy that. Don't spend it all in one place.
So you easily get the keys. You just continue down the hallway. It's the first you take a right and it's the first one there, and you see this he's basically he's dressed normally like a normal not peasant. What's above peasants? It's
Like a villager.
villager. Yeah, like he's not super dirty, but he's super plain clothes, inconspicuous kind of guy.
A commoner.
And he's yes, real commoner. Like his jacket is open, and you can sort of see like the belly of a snake running from his like torso up to his neck. And when you look closely, he's got it's like a greenish yellow like sheen to it almost, like when he moves, like it's like a really smooth skin. And he's just got a very reptilian like eyes. And he's leaning against this back wall. He just looks at you as you walk in.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and use divine sense on him and see if he's evil, like pure evil, or just meh, neutral party
Okay.
kind of thing.
You sense that it's an evil. Something evil is guiding him.
Mm-hmm.
It's not chaotic. It's not evil for the sake of being evil. It's just that what he does is evil. In their eyes,
gotcha.
it's pretty good.
All right. I'm gonna open the conversation by hitting him non-lethally with my warhammer.
Okay.
Jesus Christ. And look,
Just don't
roll
start with
for-
the head.
Roll for damage. Or,
All
I mean,
right.
for roll to see if you hit.
You know, if
Okay.
you start with the head, things get a little fuzzy.
I feel like Krusty spends a lot of his time in some place like Guantanamo Bay. That's why he's starting out with a warhammer.
oh yeah, as he's pulling the hammer out, I tap on the shoulder. I'm like, hey, Uraz, hey, what about Naked Pyramid? Naked Pyramid. Just like,
Okay, that hits. Roll for damage.
I feel like that
Alright.
escalated so fast.
Yeah, this escalated real quick.
Alrighty. All right. Remember, this is non-lethal.
Yeah, non-lethal.
I'm not trying to kill him. I'm just trying to wake him up and realize that
trying
this
to
is
wake him
real.
up, you're hitting him in the head with a hammer.
Some people
Put
go
him
for a
back-
glass of water, you know.
7 damage. Okay. Okay. So you just as soon as the doors open, you walk over, you swing back your hammer, and you just hit him like directly on the head, and he's already leaning against the wall, staring at you. He's trying to appear badass, and you just go. It comes slamming down on his head, and he just sort of slides down, trying to like absorb as much of the blow as he can. But you sort of just knocked his brains around. He's a little confused, and he's like, what was that for? Like, why did you need to approach me like that? What
Just
was
so
the,
we're clear on how this is going to go. I'm gonna ask you questions. You're gonna answer. If I don't like the answer, I'm gonna hit you again. Does it seem fair?
No, but okay. That was me
He's-
saying that, but that was Brick saying that, by the way, from the back of the room. Sounds like bullshit, dude.
Who was
he's
that
more
guy?
compassionate.
He was
He's
so
more
mean.
compassionate. He's this guy. He sort of looks both ways. Like he's sort of scanning for his options, like looking for some way out, looking for an easy escape. And then he sees none, just because you're sort of all crowded around him. How many of you go inside, by the way? Just so I know sort of where everybody's placed.
I go inside.
Okay.
I'm outside the cell, but I'm in the building.
Yeah, I'm kind of like
Yeah,
leaning
yeah.
against the wall, like outside the cell.
Who wants to
Okay.
be good cop? Because obviously,
Yeah, somebody's got bad cop
I'll
covered. Somebody treat this guy
I'll be
nice.
good cop. I'll be good cop. It's probably good to have a 6'7" dragon dude being your good cop.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I simply I walk up to him, put my hand on his shoulder, and I say, "Now, first question is going to be, who sent you?"
Roll intimidation.
Okay, no problem. I say that.
Okay.
Can I try a persuasion on him first, or while he's doing that?
He's already talking. Well, say something then.
I was gonna say, listen, buddy, you already know he's gonna hit you. You might as well just let us know what we want to know.
He rolled a 19, so yeah. The intimidation works. The persuasion work. He's
He's very cooperative.
he's very very cooperative. He sees there's no way out of this. He's like, okay, what exactly? So what did you ask him?
Who sent him?
Who sent him? Who sent him? He's like, I won't tell you directly, but if you were to solve, I don't want to do this. If you were to or if you're willing to best me in a game for my freedom, I'll tell you what you need to know.
That's not how this works. Simply because we are the ones that are in control right now. You were trying to destroy the town's food supplies and starve innocent people.
Oh, wait,
You
wait,
have
wait, wait.
no right to
We
anything.
we can play a game.
You
It's
may
called
not be in as much control as you think you are.
we can play a game. It's called You Answer or Get Hit with a Hammer.
Okay.
My arm is getting a little stiff. I think I need to loosen it up. What do you guys think?
All right.
Probably shouldn't hit him too hard, or we might lose our chance to learn anything.
He goes, all right. Well, it was Dendar. The night serpent's hunger is growing, and we need more prey to placate his insatiable appetite.
And what is your name?
My name?
Yes.
Oatley. Otleh. Oatley. That's all you're getting from me about that. It's not gonna tell you his last name or anything like that.
Why this town? Why nowhere else? Why this specific town?
Our temple is not far from here.
And if I were to show you where a map, would you show me where this temple is?
His eyes sort of shine, or like get like an evil look in him, and he's like, never. I'd never disobey the elders that way.
I put my hammer I slowly put my hammer back in its loop on my belt, and I punch him in the face.
Okay.
Never's a long time to spend with this guy. You really want to try it?
Roll for attack. Non-lethal, I guess. Still, gonna try and keep this guy standing.
Come on, bot. Come on. You can do this. What the hell?
It says it's offline.
Offline. What happened? Google.
I
Bot's
didn't do
fired.
anything.
Yeah, bot's fired.
Yeah, why is the bot offline?
I don't know.
Well,
The
shit.
bot didn't approve of Krusty's interrogation methods.
I have a regular D20 if you need me to actually use it.
I have one on my desk right now. And Silver can-
Yeah.
All right.
Fuck it.
I'll keep him honest.
Okay.
Rolled a 6 plus 6. That's 12. He's unarmed. Not. So
You rolled a 12?
total, yes, to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay.
Roll for damage.
All right. So that's gonna be a D4 plus strength. I rolled a 4 plus 4, 8.
8? Alright, cool.
Like the only time anyone's excited about rolling a 4.
Yeah, for real.
Alright. So he's sitting on the ground. As you slide your hammer away, he looks a little more relieved. Seeing that you're putting your weapon away. As you put your weapon away, you swing with your other hand up and you hit him in his jaw and almost force him standing. And before he slumps back down, just right back to sitting right at the back of the jail cell.
See, that's what happens when I get an answer I don't like. So, would you like to try that again?
He is really, really reluctant. He doesn't want to. And finally, seeing he has no other option, he's like, "Whoa, what's all that's happening to me right now is that I know I'm going to die. What
You may not be put to death. You may be working in a prison for the rest of your life. It all depends. Or you may get lucky and they kill you instantly. I don't know. It's not really up to me. I'm just here to find out why you've done these things and where you came from, so that I may go and deal with that, including these fine group of people behind me."
very, very well. My my temple is to the northwest of here. About a week's tough march through the forest.
All right. Where's our scribe? I'm looking at the mage.
Yeah, I'm here.
Show him your map and let him mark it. I'm gonna do an insight check to see if he's like seeing like he's kind of lying about where he's gonna mark. If that makes any sense.
Does anybody actually have a map of the area?
Well, I do. If you don't
Then
have
let
one.
him have your map, and I
Okay.
will let you use pen ink or the quill and ink.
All right. I'm gonna roll an insight. Well, I'm gonna watch him do it to see if he's telling the truth or if he's looking nervous while he does it. I rolled a 7 on the die plus 3, so 10.
I think nervous is just kind of his face right now, isn't it?
Yeah. You don't notice whose map is he marking? Who's got a
I
map?
guess
in
mine.
Your map?
Yeah.
Okay. So you don't notice him hesitate on where he's going to mark. He goes straight in and he marks it, and that's sort of it. You rolled a 10, yeah. You don't notice
Yeah.
much more than that.
Okay. Well, I will tell you this. I'm not going to say I appreciate your help today, but I'll take it into consideration when talking with the sheriff.
He looks up at you with just hatred in his eyes. You just come in, beat him up, and just got everything out of him with basically no retort. And he's like, very well, human. We'll see how long your fortune lasts in your favor. If that makes sense. Yeah.
Does anyone else have anything they'd like to ask him? He is more inclined to answer now, I think.
Yeah.
How many of there are you?
How many of us?
Yes.
We're ever growing. Dendar's hunger must be fed. Must be satiated. Satiated? Sated.
Yeah.
Satiated.
Satiated. Yeah. Knew it.
I forget spelling.
Can you tell us more about this Dendar guy?
One sec. He says, basically, I don't know more than what the nightmares tell me. The nightmare speakers. I don't know more than what the nightmare speakers tell me. They tell me that he's hungry, and I obey.
So your goal in life is to feed your master.
Essentially. In
What does
a manner
he
of
eat?
speaking. He
Out of
eats
character. Children.
he eats what we bring him.
Holy shit.
He
This
doesn't.
is so vague.
Yeah. Trying to be.
Could you specify a little bit more? Again, my arm is getting stiff. I have to stay loose all day. So please.
The prey lasts years sometimes. We keep them alive, and they help feed Dendar through dreams.
That's
Right.
different.
I'm pretty sure you broke his brain, man.
That's why you don't start with the head.
He
Kinda
came
went
in
right for it.
and bashed him in his head with a warhammer.
So,
And then you
I held back.
so if he feeds off dreams, what were you doing in the fields with the grain?
We need more prey closer to us. We've had to stray further from our temple looking for victims. The granary, sabotaging the granary only made sense in forcing your hunters further in.
You know, Outlay, victims is a word bad guys usually use.
I don't like bad guys. Do you, Rogar?
No.
I'm
No, I
in this
don't.
for myself. I just want to live at this point. I'm not bad. I just did what they what the speakers told me to.
I'm gonna pull Krusty aside to where the lizard dude can't hear us.
Okay.
Alright.
It's not a very big.
Did he
Big,
mark them out?
Yeah, he did mark them out.
Yep.
He did a sleight of hand check. Or
So- So Uras, if he's in it for himself and he just wants to live, what if we take this guy with us?
I would like to keep him close just in case he tries to pull something. I don't trust these guards here any farther than I can throw them.
Yeah, what if he escapes and goes back to his people and
Tells them that we're
tells
coming.
them what's coming? Yeah.
Yeah.
He could probably actually march us in like we were his latest victims.
Trojan. That is a good point, Rogar. I'd like to take him with us if the rest of the party is keen to it.
Look, I mean, I'm good with it. Are you gonna babysit him though? Because I'm not babysitting him.
It's simple to keep him nearby.
Yeah, with the hammer. You
Yep.
saw it.
He's already gotten his ass beat twice by me. Do you think he's really going to want to mess with me anymore?
Worst
first
comes to
time he
worst,
sorta
I'll
fell
just
asleep.
barbecue him.
True. At the very least, if he tries to run or sabotage or kill any of us, we'll just simply execute him, and it'll be perfectly justified.
Delilah will stab him in the back.
Can't run far. She cuts his Achilles tendon.
Oh
God.
Oh my god.
Are we sure we can count on her to do that? Shook her up pretty bad, it looked like, last time she cut somebody.
Yeah, if we offer her enough.
Cool.
Oh.
So, what do you want to do? So, Ole sort of just sitting there, wondering what his fate is at this point.
Well, I do know that we can't trust him at all. And it would be somewhat of a chore to drag him along. But if he becomes too much of a burden, we can simply do away with him. I know that sounds bad, but trust me, with what he's done and what he's trying to do, I have no qualms with it. Like I said, if the rest of the party's okay with that, I am.
Why not?
What do the rest of y'all want to do?
I gotta be honest. I'm pretty sure he's gonna hit me with the hammer if I say no. So sure, why not?
I do not hit the innocent.
Didn't
I'm
we
okay
just
with
meet
it.
like yesterday?
Brigham doesn't seem
then
that innocent.
What's that? I don't see that. Oh, Brigham. Yeah.
Let's tie him up and bring him with us. Easy enough to cut
Alright.
his throat when he can't use his hands.
I can always set traps on him in the middle of the night too if he tries to run away.
Y'all are more brutal than I am. And I opened the conversation by hitting him.
Cool.
All right,
So
I wander to
what
the
do
front of
you
the
have to say?
jail and out the front door.
Oh, okay. He just leaves.
I'm gonna follow Melamber out.
All right, I take it the guard is still elsewhere.
The guard is back at the front, basically
Okay.
right around the corner. The
All right.
building is L-shaped, and you're on the bottom half of the L, right around
gotcha.
the corner. Yeah.
I step around and I walk up to the guard. Greetings. I request to take the prisoner with me. In fact, not request. I demand it.
Demand on you're not the one whose eyes change colors, right? Whose eyes change colors? Brigham's, right?
Yeah.
Because okay, so demand on I still never got whose authority all this was on. Who am I supposed to tell who took this prisoner?
Paladin Grimdark of the Church of Tritherion.
Well, Paladin Grimdark, why are you here? What do you need him for?
To help this town from this person that's in your jail. From the
Well,
trouble he's been causing. And I'm going to deal with him. And we're going to deal with this problem, therefore saving the entire town.
can't argue with that logic. Take him. No,
Plus, it'll be less work for you to have to, put him through trial and all the paperwork and all the mess. You understand. It's just easier if you let me take him.
do a persuasion check.
Okay. Is the bot? No, bot's still down. Okay, I'll roll it.
Bot's still down. Bot's offline.
Whoever's
I rolled an
hosting
eight.
it.
I
Yeah.
rolled an 18. Plus 2 is 20.
Okay. Yeah. He at the mention
Actually,
of
plus 4,
less
22.
paperwork. At the mention less paperwork, he's like, all right. Tell you what. Give me a gold piece, and I'll let him go to
A
you.
gold piece.
Gold
Now,
piece.
how do I know that's not going to go in your pocket to go to the tavern later? How about 3 silver?
3 silver.
That's more than you make in a week.
He goes, all right, thinking he would get away with more, sort of wanting to for that 1 gold. He goes, all right, 3 silver, take him. And yeah, so take the 3 silver. He goes, you unlock him. You hand back the keys as this old lady sort of follows you out of the cell. He's sort of standing there. How do you bind him here? Like, how do you want to deal with him?
I walk up to the guard. Oh, one more thing. Do you have a pair of hand shackles?
Hand shackles. You're
Yes.
just trying to strip the place clean now, aren't you? Knowing he
Look.
can't really compete with these people, like he's human, and so Brigham, what are you, human twos? But you're all tall for.
There's
for
a half
humans.
dragon with
Yeah,
us.
and there's a half dragon with you. Knowing he can't really compete, he sort of just, all right, fine, here, take him, and he goes and he grabs some hand shackles to give to you.
I
All right.
say, Uraz, give him a few more silver for his trouble.
Surely. In fact, I'll do you one better. I scribble out a note hastily, basically saying free clerical services from the church. One-time visit kind of
pamphlet.
thing. Yeah, pretty much. Like, if he ever gets, like, the shit kicked out of him, he can go to the church and get healed for free.
Or if he gets something itchy.
Yeah, that's true, too. He's probably a patron at some of the more less honorable establishments.
Oh, most definitely. Cool. So you have him bound by the hands, and you walk out, and you're sort of do you leave the jail immediately? Like, what are your plans from here?
That sounds good with me if it's good with everyone else, unless anyone else needs to get some supplies.
Yeah, I wanna get a longsword and shield before we leave town.
So
Okay,
are we
so-
leaving the jail right now?
Yeah. So what are y'all doing right now? Are y'all standing outside the jail talking? Or are you standing inside the jail and the jailer's sitting here listening to your conversation? What?
We leave, I would
You
say.
leave? Yeah. He's like, fine, yeah, be gone, get out of here. You
So
you have your prisoner.
So I'm bringing up the rear. So as I walk out behind everyone, I slip 2 gold pieces and hold out my fist for a fist bump to the guy, and then I make a face at Uraz behind his back.
Didn't you make him poop himself earlier?
Didn't. It's all part of the mystique. So I'm just holding my fist out at this point. Drop 2 gold pieces on the table.
When the guy's
Okay.
hunched over with a smile on your face. Like, come on.
Nah, I'm not hunched over.
So he goes to grab this money, thinking that it's for him, and you just walk away. Like he's super scared of you still.
Yeah, I'm holding out. I'm waiting for the bump. Is he gonna bump
Okay.
me or no?
All right, and then he timidly goes for the fist bump,
Yeah.
afraid that you're about to break his knuckles.
No.
And he gives you just the quickest of fist bumps, like a quick tap, and then
Now
he
the question
pulls
is, do
back.
you explode it?
No exploding. I just wink at him and then I walk out.
Okay, he gives you the most confused look, and then he picks up the 2 gold pieces to sort of check if they're real, as you walk away. Cool.
That's it. Wordless.
That's building backstory right there. He's gonna come back and save your life now.
Spoilers.
So you're standing at the jail cell, and what do you want to do? You want to go find the shop? Do you want to wander around and sort of look for like a blacksmith, or do you want to go ask somebody if there's a blacksmith around? It's a pretty busy street. You know, there are villagers coming up and down it. The town's big enough to have a city guard on standby at all times. So you've got a couple guards walking around that might be able to help you.
Yeah, I'll ask
before
a
you
guard.
sort of-
I say we meet back in the town square in a few hours. If we all need to go do things, and then
All
meet
right.
back here.
Okay. Is that okay with everybody? Just do a quick little figure out what you're doing for an hour or two, and then meet back up for the rest of this
Yep.
Sure.
The answer is stealing.
stealing. Google, get to work on that pocket. Okay, so Rogar, do you want to go to a blacksmith? I guess.
Yes.
Or
Yeah.
like a store. Okay.
Either
Do you
one.
just want to go ask a guard or something? How do
Yeah.
you want to do this?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask a guard.
You walk up to a guard, you ask him. He says, the best place I'd go to for a blacksmith would be the Grooved Arms, just the southeast part of town, towards the on the central square. Ask for Margaret. She'll give you a good price.
I say thank you, and I head off to the southeast part of town to find Margaret.
Okay. Cool. Anybody else gonna do something before we go back to him?
I'd like to inquire about a horse and a carriage.
Horse and a carriage. You could go back to the God, what's his name? One sec. Luca? Magistrate, that's the word. You can go back to the magistrate and ask him to requisition a horse and carriage, and he can get it for you at one of the stables. The town's probably big enough, like two massive stables on either end of town. You could go to the stables and probably buy one on your own, just to have, or ask around, see if the inn knows anybody who would be willing to take you out on horse and carriage, or maybe advise you if horse and carriage is the best thing or not.
Actually, I'm gonna consult with Kaylin on that, since she's from this area, on the best course of action to get to that said spot. Oh wait, who was from this area directly? I'm sorry.
Delilah.
Delilah.
It'd be Delilah.
This is
Yep.
going to be an awesome conversation.
Hello, Delilah. How are you doing?
You want?
I was curious if you were familiar with the woods that the gentleman here referred us to in the direction of his temple. What would be the best way to get there?
I don't know. I live in the city. Never been outside the walls.
This is everything I hoped it would be.
Hush. Hmm. Would you know anyone who would know these woods?
I don't know. A lumberjack, maybe?
I appreciate your help. You've been very helpful. Thank you. I kind of give a forced smile and start heading towards the magistrate's office.
Okay, cool. We'll go back to well, Brigham, do you have anything you want to do? Or Galen, Delilah, do you have anything you want to do?
Oh, Delilah's gonna cut the purses.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
We'll roll for how much you collect at the end, or right before y'all meet back up.
I think I actually want to wait for everybody outside of town,
Let's see. That'll be
Okay.
sleight of hand.
especially since Delilah gonna start cutting shit.
Yeah.
Is there a local like library?
You could
Seems like a
ask
small
around.
town.
It's a relatively big town.
Dice
for the
Robot's
area that-
dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, dice roll's busted.
Fuck.
I used. Let me see if I still have mine. Hold on.
You
I
could
see
ask
some.
around and see if there's
I'm looking
a
earlier, apparently. It's
arcane
offline now.
area.
Yeah, the owner of the bot's switching servers with it right now.
Cut.
Yeah,
Dare he,
right.
without telling me
All right, I have one.
personally.
It's called Avrae, Avrae.
Get this shit in here.
AVRAE.
Yeah, Alpha Victor
Yeah, yeah,
Romeo
yeah.
Alpha Echo.
D&D Discord bot. Invite. Boom. Okay, there it is.
Cool. Well, y'all get that.
Okay.
Well,
Everybody
we'll go
type
back to,
help in there. It'll tell you how to do your rolls.
Holy shit! What?
Wow, this is a lot of shit.
Jesus.
On it.
Yeah. Roll dice in XDY format. So roll, it's probably the same way we've been doing it. I roll, and then, god dang it. Let's try it.
Yeah, it worked.
Okay. Same format. Spits it out a
Alright.
little different.
There's the roll to cut some purses.
Total 14.
Yep.
No, should I be rolling stealth as well to make sure I don't get caught?
Yeah, go ahead and roll stealth too.
I'm gonna
Okay, yeah.
say.
No,
Oh,
Good God,
you're
you're never
a
seen by
shadow.
anybody ever.
Okay. So yeah. Let me roll on the economy. You know the town pretty well. It's an hour. You'll probably cut like 3-ish, 4-ish purses in that time.
I am going to go back to the tavern keeper and ask if there's a town library, since he's probably going to be knowledgeable about the city.
Town library, you say? I don't know about any. Are you looking for just regular books, or are you looking for something else?
Historical volumes about the people of the area and the area itself, the land, creatures.
The magistrate has a fair sized library. If you're looking for something of the more arcane nature,
That too.
the alchemist tower definitely I would definitely check out.
Do I have? I don't think I have time to go really crazy on it.
No, not in an hour. He sort of tells you it's on the southwest part of town, sort of touching the river, where the river meets the lake.
Okay. So I know for later then.
Yeah, you'll know for later. Just roll 3d6. Sightless. 3 purses, and it's all silver.
He hits a metro area, and we don't have to work for nothing. I hope my paladin never sees him doing it though.
Alright. Rogar, we'll go back to Rogar real quick.
Okay.
So you go to this blacksmith. It's in the town square. So basically the town is arranged in like three squares, and you're in the center square of the three. And it's a town. It's a pretty nice it's a pretty big blacksmith shop. There's rows of anvils. There's a big kiln in the back that's just like super hot. There's metal being heated in there. There's blacksmiths working all the way, all at almost every anvil. And it's a female human. She walks up, says, "How can I help you, dear? What do you need?"
Yeah, hi. A guard sent me to look for Margaret. I need a shield and a longsword.
Hi,
So,
I'm
you wanna-
Margaret.
Oh.
So a shield and a longsword, you say?
Yes.
And she says, I can get you that. Are you wanting it now?
Preferably yes.
Preferably now. Go ahead and see a longsword. Oh, it's expensive. Are you proficient in longswords? Can you use them?
I'm proficient in martial weapons.
Oh, damn. Cool.
So everything.
Yeah. Go ahead, longsword. And what kind of shield are you looking for?
What kind of shields do you got?
So she pulls out a couple so that she's been working on. One's a like a tower shield. It's probably 3 feet high. Something you'd hide behind. Really. She's got a couple of smaller circular like bucklers. Is what they're called. Sort of rounded in the front, sort of to knock arrows out of the way. And then those are really the two she has. Some of the bucklers are metal and shaped a little bit more pointed, but those are the general types. Does anything catch your eye?
I'll take one of the metal bucklers.
Okay. Just some quick calculations. Where is shields on this?
It's in the armor. I think it's gonna end up being 25 gold.
Yeah, 25. Cool. You don't want to talk her down? No? You're just like, alright, 25 gold. Easy.
No, I'll pay the lady for her services.
Okay. She takes your gold and she yells. She's like, Abigail, get this man his goods. And Abigail sort of stops what she was doing. She's helping one of the blacksmiths, and she runs off to the back to get your long sword and your shield. And she walks out and she hands you a very nice, like, it's not overly done, like it's not like in CrustyTheSailor, but it's a very like nice leather case with silver trim, and it's a nondescript longsword really, but it's very there was work put into it. Not dwarven work maybe, but humans who had some practice or have put work into it.
It's a high quality sword.
Yeah, high quality sword. And buckler, same thing. It's looked like it was made with tender love and care. Cool. Anything else for you? Margaret asks as Abigail hands you your things.
No, that'll be it. I can see there was some really fine craftsmanship put into this, and I appreciate it. I'll recommend you.
Oh, her face lights up. She goes, "Oh, thank you. Anytime, and be happy to help." Cool. So you just leave it
Yeah,
that.
I'm gonna head back to the I guess the pub where everyone met the night before.
Okay. Who has the person? Who's Oatley?
I do.
Okay.
I just put it in character text what I was doing.
Okay. So I'll go look at that now.
I'm gonna wander outside the front gate and wait for everybody out there.
Okay. Yeah, you sort of know. So it's about the northwest. There's a bridge. The town is in it's the 3 central squares, and then there's sort of like the suburbs area, which is it's like close enough to be a part of the town, but it's not as like there's more wooden houses than there are stone houses across the river. And then there's a bridge that connects the two, and you can sort of wait at one end of the bridge. That's sort of where like the suburbs meets the town.
Yeah,
And on
where
the other side of this, yeah.
did I see which way Kalen went out the town?
You probably did. You didn't go until later. Melamber and Kalen just sort of walked out at the same time. You may have caught which direction she.
There's
sort of
also like
across.
smoke coming up from my campfire, so he might see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna wander the direction I saw her leave. Hopefully, everybody knows we're going out that way.
Okay. You know, or you just trust in Kalen's ability to sort of meet back up with the group. She seems like a capable ranger. Cool. Krusty, yeah, you get a you can get the horse and carriage, no problem. The magistrate warns you that the woods gets too thick for a full carriage to safely get through once you're off of the what's the word, maintain part of the roads, maintain part of the trails.
I gotcha. What about drivers?
Drivers as in just straight horses.
No, I meant like a guy to sit with a wagon.
Oh, driver. Oh, because you have to talk to, if you're looking for armed guards, you're gonna have to talk to Samson about that. The head of guard, he'd be able to allocate you a driver and perhaps somebody to help guard.
Well, I will say this, magistrate. I would be careful with your town guard. They can be bought pretty easily for a very small amount of money.
His eyes sort of flash. Like he's like, what do you mean?
I picked up this prisoner from your jail for two silver pieces. Or
Hey,
3, I'm
that's-
sorry, 3.
Yeah, like 3. Come on, cut the guy some slack. His he sort of.
What if I
takes-
was the prisoner's ally? Just think about that for a moment.
He sort of takes the information into account. His head tilts and he nods, and like it's a super proper nod. He's got a green like high collared tunic on,
Mhm.
and he sort of he takes it into account. He's like, oh, okay, this will be looked into. This will not go unnoticed. I assure you.
I just wanted to bring it to your attention. I would be very careful of your guard, and with these enemies the way they are, I kind of shake Oatley a little bit. I'd be very careful about who I would trust.
It's very well, Paladin Grimdarak. We will take this information into account. I thank you for what you've done so far.
And I appreciate your willingness to continue helping us. We will take this carriage into consideration on our trek to the temple. We may not procure it as of right now, but we may need it in the future, and I do appreciate it.
Very well, and he goes to his desk and he quickly scribbles you a note that says, basically, it's the credentials for, hey, give this guy, what he needs from the town stables, and so
Okay.
he hands that to you.
All right.
And it's basically your paperwork to get your horse and carriage from whichever stable. There's two stables. There's one on the northwest across the river, and it looks like it's and the magistrate sort of describes it as the timber carts. Like they'll go out there while they're clearing the road, cut down trees, and they'll bring the wood back to be processed. And then there's one to the southeast near the docks, and where the docks meet the trail, and that's sort of more travelers carts and things for goods to go eastward into
All
the
right.
into the island.
Uraz, I'm sorry, Uraz. I can't say my own name right. Look at that. Uraz nods his head. He goes to turn, and then he turns around. Oh, one more thing. I was wondering if we could get a little bit of the party's payment. Of course, I don't require payment, but if you want to donate to the church, that's more than welcome. But I was wondering if we would procure part of payment for the reward, since we have stopped the threat as of right now. Just for supplies and whatnot, overhead charges, you understand.
Roll a persuasion check.
All right. Apparently, I don't have permission to send messages in that channel anymore.
Cool, you
Okay.
broke it.
God dang. Why can't things be freaking work right? There you go. See if that works. Jesus. These bots suck.
It says that other bot's back online.
Oh yeah, it says plain message for help. So he looks at you and he smiles and he goes, not so fast, Paladin Grimdarak. Just because you've captured one of these monstrosities, and he sort of like looks at him, and it doesn't mean that's all of them. You're not getting paid until the job is done.
I understand. I was just curious. Can't hurt to ask, right?
I cannot say I blame you. He sort of says, understanding, having money is good. He definitely enjoys the pleasures of being somebody in power. Cool. So
All
you've
right,
got
so
your
I
carriage.
bow my head again, and I turn and walk out, dragging Outlet with me.
Okay.
And I head for the rendezvous point.
Okay. And Melamber, you went with Kaylin. Brigham.
Went out the same
what did
entrance.
you do?
I'm kind of curious. There's only one thing I really wanted to do, and is I'm curious to see if there's some sort of place where I can get potions in town, or at least see what there are.
Potions, like are you just gonna sort of walk around, or are you gonna ask somebody?
I want to ask. I'm probably at the inn right now, so I want to just ask Beverly if she knows.
Beverly. She Because I know of somebody of the alchemist tower. That'd be where you want to head for any kind of magical arcane potions or things of that like.
Cool. Well,
We don't really.
I'm gonna go
Go
there.
ahead. Okay. Well, you really wouldn't have time in this hour to get.
Okay, you don't think so?
Yeah, because Google wanted to head to the same place.
All right, in that case, I want a beer, and then I'm good.
Cool. Take a root beer. All right. As you're walking back, Paladin Grimdrak, the Oatley sort of stumbling behind you as you're sort of dragging me. Like, what's in it for you? Why are you dragging me along with this?
Because I don't trust the town guards, and I could probably find some use for you. That doesn't involve your death.
What uses might that be?
Possibly getting us into your encampment, or leading us there, or any number of creative reasons that I could come up with. Probably at the spur of the moment, but again, not leading to your immediate death.
He's
And certainly not by my hands as long as you continue cooperating.
He sort of like nods and becomes a little quieter, sort of biding his time, seeing what his options are at all times. Sort of his eyes are always shifting around. He's always looking. So sort of trying to figure out is there any way for him to get out of that. And so you meet up in the town square. Oatley is pretty nicely secured. Rogar's got his new longsword and shield combo thing going. What are you doing with your other things? What else did you have, Rogar?
I had 2 short swords.
Okay, so what are you gonna do with those? Just gonna leave them on your belt or put them on your back or?
Yeah, just put them on my back or in
Okay.
my pack. I guess I don't know. Somewhere on my person that they're out
Okay.
of the way.
Just sling them on your back.
Yeah.
Probably the best way to do it.
So is the rest of the party here?
I believe so. Well, Melamber, Kalen aren't here. They're in the woods, sort of northwest.
So did anyone see them leave town?
Kalen, did you tell anybody you were leaving? And Melamber, you just sort of drifted over there, right?
I didn't tell anybody.
I didn't tell anybody either.
So we just kind of hang out in the rendezvous spot. I informed the party of what the magistrate told me about us having access to a carriage if we need one, or transportation of some kind. And I informed them of my attempt to get a forward for some of the pay that we will receive for helping the town.
What are y'all doing? What are you gonna say to that?
Well, I'm not gonna say anything. I didn't hear it.
Yeah, that's Brigham,
Yeah, same.
Rogar, Uraz, and Delilah. Where was Delilah? Yeah, did you roll for your silver, by the way?
No.
Yeah, 3d6, and then that's your silver.
Nice. That's a gold piece.
Nice.
What was the thing we had to decide on? I missed that. Sorry.
Basically, he was talking about the carriage, the horse and carriage he's got for y'all if y'all needed to go into the woods.
Well, he said it was a week's march, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah, I
there's like
mean,
yeah, it's at least it's a week's tough march through through the forest.
yeah, I would say anything to cut that time down.
Okay.
Hmm. Has anyone seen the ranger and the mage?
I don't know where they went.
Hmm. I look up at this. I look up in the sky, kind of look, impatiently, like you'd look at your wrist as a watch. I I find a street urchin of some kind. No offense, Delilah. And I grab their attention. Hey, come here real quick. I have a favor to ask.
Well, what can I help you with? What do you need?
I'm looking for two people. A very arrogant mage and a very quiet ranger have seemed to have left us. They're very strange looking folk in these parts. They're fairly new. Um, if you could find them, there might be some money involved for you.
His eyes sort of light up at the prospect of money. He's like, "There's a mage and a ranger, you say?
Yes, and like I said, they'd be very new to these parts.
Somebody new, somebody acting strange. I may have seen somebody moving, but you'd have to refresh my memory. You know what I mean? He sort of rubs his fingers together. Give
I
me like those puppy dog eyes, like the porky eyes.
Kiraz loosens his hammer.
I'll just hit everybody in the head.
my character's not evil. Um,
Just
I
forceful.
I pull out a single silver piece out of my coin purse. Does this help you remember anything?
He sort of he goes to snatch the coin out of it. And
Mm,
he
mm. Information
he
first.
he misses, and he's okay. All right, I saw that. That bumbling wizard stumble out of the the village moving northwest. Didn't look like he really was paying attention to what was going around him, or what was going on further away. Didn't
Mm.
seem like he was all there.
That definitely sounds like someone I know. All right, son. Thank you very much. I flip him the coin.
Alright, he snatches the coin and runs off. Probably to buy some kind of food.
All right. Well, if everyone's ready, we can head off and go try to find our lost children.
I mean, I'm good. I'm ready.
I'm ready as well.
Okay.
Cool. So you move on down the path. It's a pretty basically if you look at the map of Novindus, it's a pretty well maintained road next to the river west of Leafside, and it doesn't really branch off. If that makes sense. It's a single path that continues west,
Mm-hmm.
and it's more like the path that was made as they continue logging, and they sort of looks like they're trying to reach the other end of the I guess it's peninsula.
But
And not go ahead.
can I say before we leave, can we take like a 5-minute break before we actually like step off?
Oh, like real 5 minute
Yeah.
break.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Everybody's good. Quick. They're trying to figure out what kind of how do you want to travel? What do you want to do? Horse and carriage, or everybody
Okay.
separate horses? You're gonna walk.
Separate horses would probably be the best bet.
By the way, I'm gonna start music, so you may have to adjust the volume.
Go
But
for
then
it.
once you do it once, it's good. Do I really have to skip it? Here, I'll just play it. Oh, I have to resume it. Oh, okay.
So just hit play? Or you do it?
Dude, I don't have any. I don't have any permissions. You guys suck. There you go.
Okay. This?
Yeah.
Cool. Alright. Let me get in the mood here. Cool.
How do I
So
adjust
what
the
did you?
volume on this?
Right click on the bot, and it'd be user volume.
Yeah.
There we go. I put it on like 5%.
Yeah, no, it's at like 2% for me. It's gotta be just background, 4%. Cool. Alright. So yeah, so how do you want to travel? And what kind of rations are you taking? It's a week-long journey. Like, you need to know. You said you wanted to keep track of your food and such, so make sure you're set.
Kalen's AFK for a second.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say we all travel by horse, individual horse. Probably easier going through thick stuff.
Yeah, I'm not about the carriage.
I know. I was just trying to get as much as possible, just in case we needed it, because it's a little bit more expensive than just horse.
Cool. So you tell them, and you'll need 1, 2, 3, 6 horses, right?
I don't know if a 13-year-old could ride a horse.
She could probably
Has never rode a horse before.
get her a pony. They have those for
I don't-
halflings and stuff.
I don't think.
She can ride with one of us.
There you go. I save you on cost too.
Cool. So who does Delilah want to ride with?
None of them.
Thought you'd want to ride with Lamber. Get a chance of that book again.
Good point, actually. And she's gonna saddle up and once everyone's saddled, shimmy on up behind Malamber on his mount. Whether he likes it or not.
Pull my cloak very tight.
What?
Oh.
Right?
Cool. So you have 6 horses. Yeah. No, 5 horses. 5 horses, because Sightless isn't, or Delilah's not riding. Cool.
I hope that
And
new pocket Malimber soda is really good.
you get information from the people. They say the road will lead you almost to the coast on the west. They're telling you this. How is Outlaw riding? By the way, is you just gonna ride and just let him walk behind you?
I was about to say out of character, let's just hook him up with a rope and drag his ass all the way there.
Yeah, I had like a Westworld thing in mind where you tie the hands and tie a rope around the binding and make them walk.
Yeah, just
No,
walk
I
him
get
along.
you. I just actually finished watching the first season of Westworld.
Dude, so
That's so
good.
good.
It's so
was-
ready.
yeah,
My
it was
body is
really
ready
good.
for season 2.
Yeah, I was imagining like the dude that gets all his blood drained. Have him walk like him.
Okay.
You talking about
Yeah.
Lawrence?
Yeah, thank you.
Cool.
Been a while.
So you tie Oatley up just by the hands, and he's gonna walk behind you. So that means you can't really go at an exhausted pace. You have to go at probably you can go at like a steady pace, like the medium amount of pace.
Yeah.
You can go like average. He's just gonna be exhausted for most of it. They tell you looking at the at the map. They're like the road that runs alongside the river will lead you almost to the coast on the west. You can almost spot Warrington when you reach it, but up north, further north than that, there are it's virtually no road. It's virtually all forest, where we only tread far enough to hunt and to get meat for the winter.
All right. I tug at Otla's rope. So, we getting close yet?
He sort of he looks disgusted at his traveling methods when he realizes how he's gonna be drug around for at least a week from what he said, and he goes, it's the journey's just begun, my friends. We'll see if you live past the first 4 days.
Hey,
Oh,
listen,
and
you're
what can
tied
we-
up. You're tied up, so let's ease the shit talking a little bit. Thank you.
And also, I could speed up the pace if you like. What awaits us in the next 4 days exactly?
Not much that I know of, but something, I'm sure.
I'm gonna go ahead and roll an insight on that one.
Okay, roll an insight.
Boom.
Okay, you know he's lying. He's not saying. You can't really tell what he's lying about. You know he's lying about. No, yeah, 19. You do know he's lying about knowing nothing. He's telling the truth about something happening soon, but you know he doesn't know nothing.
Well, I'll tell you what, Otla. We could really speed it up, and I mean, I could just forget you're back there, and we could just start galloping. How would you like that? So you're going to tell me what we can expect in the next few days.
Roll an intimidation check. Wait, you're trying to scare him?
Yeah, I kind of click my tongue a little bit at the horse, pick up the pace just a little bit, do like a steady trot to make him
Okay.
basically start running, and then I'm gonna roll.
Okay. Have y'all started yet, by the way, or are y'all still sort of at the stable? How do you want to? Where are we at in this conversation? Everybody?
I'd say we've started.
I think we're humping it now.
Okay,
That's
you're
what I
starting.
thought.
Give me a marching order too. Just
Oh,
so-
look at that!
Cool. What was that for?
Wait, why did it do it twice?
Why did Sightless roll?
What? I didn't roll.
That was his money.
That was
thing.
his money roll earlier.
Oh, okay. I see.
Oh, okay.
I rolled a 19 for insight and
Last
then an 8 for intimidation. But
Okay.
I am starting to pick up the pace on the horse to make him realize I am serious.
Okay. Roll with advantage then. You'll get one
All
more.
right.
See if this is any better. Well, okay. He goes. Is this all you've got? I could run for days. At
Let's
this,
test
at
that.
This pace.
I kick the stirrups and start full blast running.
Okay. A horse does what, like Oh god.
Like 120?
Like 100, yeah, 120, 140 moves, and then a humanoid does 30. So you soon start to just drag him, and he takes what does this be? Bludgeoning damage?
Yeah, like
Rubbing him against-
3d6. 3d6.
Yeah.
I don't do it forever.
Kill
I
him.
just do it enough to let him know I'm serious.
I know
about it.
for a paladin, this paladin seems really vindictive.
Vengeful. Vengeful.
I do 2d6. It's not. It's
All
down the
bird-like.
road. I'm not gonna kill this guy. Oh, 4. Okay.
But that, that's bumping along the road.
Yeah, he is. So you stop, and he sort of. So you take off. He doesn't really. He can't really react in time because of his hands, and he's almost immediately dragged to the ground, and his face just starts scraping along the ground for like a couple of feet. And so you stop. You turn your horse around, almost like you just like fishtail it around, and he continues to slide just a little bit. On this well-worn road, and he gets up and he spits gravel, and he goes, "That was yeah, you will pay for that." I don't know exactly what they have ready for me, but there's something is going to happen. You think I was
And-
working alone, and he sort of.
Well, I
stares
know
at
you
me
weren't.
menacingly.
Hey, you had a dog. Look what happened to him.
Too soon? No.
No, we cut his head off. It's nothing's too soon.
Sort of he spits for what a snake like thing can spit. He goes, you think that abomination mattered to me? It was nothing more than a slave, nothing more than to do what I tell it.
I thought you
Alright.
didn't want to die immediately. I mean,
Yeah,
if you're
you're-
not going to be useful.
Yeah, you're tied up, man. I'm gonna keep bringing it back to that. This is a scoreboard situation.
He looks down and looks at his shackle, resigned. He's like, very very well. I honestly can't. I don't know what is after me, but it is close. I can sense that.
Well, you just let us know when that little lizard brain of yours starts going off, okay?
And he sort of gives you like a menacing look. He's like, very well. I'll see if I can maintain my sense while being drugged along behind you.
And I will be courteous enough to have it at a pace where you can tolerate it. I might
Whereas,
even
what
leave
is
you
that?
dinner.
Pecking at your hammer.
I look down.
What is that?
So as you're sitting here, sort of discussing what your options are with Oatley, a sort of like pecking sound starts to come. Basically, something comes in from above and starts to peck at, or as how do you have your hammer slung? Is it on your side or is it like on your back? And you sort of
It's like on my belt. It's in a loop.
On your
Like
belt.
the head of it's next to my hip. With the
okay.
Yeah. And I carry it on my side like that because I have a great sword on my back.
Okay.
So.
And so the sort of like bird-like creature starts to come in and starts to just almost violently peck at the metal of your warhammer, the shiny parts of your warhammer, and you just hear for a couple seconds that the ding 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 as like beak on metal sort of hits and you get pecked.
Hello?
Hello.
How can we help you? I'm just curious as to why you were doing that.
Well, you see, I really like shiny things, and your hammer is very shiny.
Okay. What can we help you with exactly?
I don't know. I just was very intrigued by your hammer.
All right.
He likes
Is that-
hammers, guys. Someone write it down. Write it down.
Talking
Well,
bird.
How big
Looks
is
like a
this
talking bird to me.
exactly?
Birds don't talk.
This bird talks.
About
barbecue this guy.
he's about 4'9".
Okay, so he's a rather large bird.
Just pecking at
Yeah.
your hammer.
My Uraz is very concerned about this bird just hovering here.
What do you want,
pecking at
bird?
him.
What are you doing with this person dragging behind your horse?
What does
He's
it matter to you, bird?
he is a guest.
He looks a little roughed up. What do you do?
Well,
I'm sorry. All we know about you is that you like hammers. So let's roll this one back a little bit.
yeah,
And you're a
let's-
talking bird.
yeah, that too.
Does the talking bird have a name?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you at all. I was having a coughing fit.
Does the talking bird have a name?
My name's Alag.
Nice to meet you, Log. You can call me Paladin Grimdark.
Nice to meet you.
Malambert, roll an intelligence check.
Okay.
Just general intelligence.
Wouldn't one of the two rangers already know what this is?
I was about to say,
Um,
can I
yeah.
roll like an animal handling check or something?
Nature.
Yeah.
What?
Both y'all roll that too.
Alright.
I have
Oh,
no
I called
clue
it, I
what
called
this
it, I
thing
called
is.
You don't know anything. Okay, got it.
My knowledge has
yeah.
failed me in this instance.
Kaylin
Your
and
brain
Rogar,
is
go ahead
gone.
and roll nature checks, I guess, or animal handling, whichever's.
I got a
highest.
16.
16.
Nature would be the knowledge of nature.
Okay, Rogar knows it's a bird.
Very good, Rogar.
That bird.
I
That
ate
is
something that
bird.
looked like that earlier.
That's why I got the longsword. 'Cause I just need to smash things.
You just need to hit
So-
things.
Yeah, I don't need to know what they are.
So does Kaylin share her knowledge with the party?
Yes, Kaylin shares her knowledge with the party.
What
Okay,
knowledge is that?
one
Has
sec, let
has
me-
Shadowed said what my knowledge of the is yet?
No, not yet. Yeah, not yet. I'm pulling it up now. Okay, so you know of these creatures. Where do you come from, Kaylin? Do you come from these forests in the north?
I come from a little bit further north. Well, yeah, I came from these forests.
The around these forests. Okay,
Yeah,
so you
to the
know
west.
of these bird-like creatures. They're called Aarakocra. Aarakocra. Aarakocra, and they're a bird-like people that live in the Climeric Mountains that sort of cut the Novindus in half. And you know it's not a very big tribe, and it's sort of spread out along those mountains, and they mostly keep to themselves.
What are you doing out of your mountains?
Oh, I was abandoned as a child.
Sorry to hear that.
Hmm.
Join the club.
Okay, I share my knowledge of their race with the others in a polite kind of way without being too, flourishy with my words. He's a bird people from the mountains. That's what they do.
I really don't know anything about my race. I'm just a lonely old hermit that lives in the mountains and protects the wild.
Would you know anything about a temple pertaining to this particular folk that I have attached to my horse?
I don't know what you're talking about, and I've never seen him in my life.
Are there any buildings around here that are really shiny?
Not that I know of.
You're more you've probably been on the trail about like an hour or two at this point. There's not a lot gone on past this. Maybe a shed here or there, but most of this has been cleared of timber already, and it's more just the road leading deeper into the woods.
Mm-hmm.
So, not much very shiny. Maybe an axe head here or there.
So what can we do for you, Mr. Alad?
Well, now my real question is, what are you doing with this person behind your horse?
He was trying to go against nature.
Ooh. I don't like that.
That's why we stopped him,
He's
and
not-
we're going to go stop the people who are helping him.
Well, if there are more, might I join you? I am the protector of these here woods.
As long as you stop pecking at our shiny things.
I will try to hold myself back.
I don't think you can help it.
How do we know you're not an enemy?
Well, you see, I
He
am
did
the
attack his
protector
hammer.
of these woods here. I am the druid of these forests.
I don't think an enemy's opening move would be pecking your hammer.
Most accepting
one-
group ever. Yeah, join
no
us.
one thought.
Yeah,
No one thought an opening move would be to hit someone in the head with a hammer either.
Now, that
true.
seems like a
This
perfectly,
guy's about to
perfectly
die.
reasonable opening move. Not for interrogation, but
Hmm.
I mean, most people offer a cigarette first. No, he just went straight for the hammer.
I suppose if the rest of the party is inclined.
His eyesight could come in handy. Apparently, there's something else in these woods, and having a bird's eye view, so to say, would be helpful.
Oh yes, I can surely help you guys with that.
Uraz doesn't particularly trust him, but he's resigned himself with it that the rest of the party wants it. He's okay with it.
I mean, he's just gonna follow us if we don't, so
Pretty much.
I'm good with it.
Yep.
He's just
Just
going to
gonna
follow the
follow you.
hammer.
My warhammer already has a reputation. Fantastic. Okay, I'd say we continue on if everyone else is ready.
Right. Let's establish time of day now. Also, so you met in the morning. Probably what you spent an hour getting ready. So like 9-ish, 9 o'clock,
Mhm.
10 o'clock. You met. You got the prisoner. Then another hour went
Finding
by while
our compatriots.
yeah, you went and did your business. You got everything. So you probably left to start marching about what, noon? You'd say
Mhm.
1 o'clock. 1 o'clock for lunch. And then you've been on the road about what, 2-ish hours, 3-ish hours. So
Mm-hmm.
what's like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock. Okay. And give me marching order. It's like how are you riding? It's a pretty big road. It's enough for two carts to go by each other, one going one way, one going the other, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So and it's for like logging. So you could probably fit like 3 horses comfortably next to each other, and ride like that at most.
I would prefer to be near the front,
I'll be near the back.
simply because I want as many people watching him as possible.
So
I'm
he's
gonna-
sort of surrounded by people.
Figure
Yeah.
my way pretty much set right in the middle.
So almost next to this guy.
Just right in the middle of whatever organization we have. Probably like
Okay.
behind behind Uraz and Rogar. I assume Rogar's going to go in front too.
I guess so. Yeah, that works. I'll be in front.
Kind of ready to help with the prisoner if needed, and then I can see him too.
And I guess being humane and giving him something to drink every now and then.
Cool. So you start moving through the woods here. So I assume how do you want to?
We
get
don't
here?
have a horse for Elog. Is he just going to fly with us?
Elog, yeah. How does Elog keep up with you guys?
Elog does like a little flutter hop as he walks.
As you walk, how long can you fly for?
50 feet.
No, like, is there like how long? How
It
often
doesn't
per day?
tell me.
Is it just your bird?
It just
so you
says
can
50
fly
feet.
literally whenever you want.
Yeah.
The
Flight
50
at
feet would
first
be your
level, wow.
limitation during combat.
What?
Yeah, he'd need to do a concentration check during combat to keep flying. But I'm thinking just like everyday travel. Like,
I'm thinking
would you
he just.
prefer flying or walking?
I prefer flying because it's faster.
Okay. And so, how do you fly? Do you fly like through the trees, sort of swooping in and out and
Yep.
staying low, or are you flying like
Yep,
high
well-
up, scouting ahead?
No,
But
swooping
managed to
in
shout
and out.
down? Okay. So you're more of like a what is it?
QRF.
Like ADD kind of bird where you sort of
Yes.
land, you look around, you land, you look
Yep.
around, you shift, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Except you're almost 5 feet. But cool.
I am much smaller than the rest of the party.
That's true. Everybody else is about human, right? Everybody is.
Pretty
like,
sure Delilah's about the same height.
Delilah's like, yeah, Delilah's probably just a little shorter than you, maybe. She's 13.
Pretty much.
She's still the shortest. And she's kind of freaked out because she's never seen a bird that can talk. You're not a very big tribe of creatures. People know about you mainly from their travels through the mountains, maybe talking to the dwarves who have maybe had more contact with you, or some of maybe the hill elves, or elves that like to go into those mountains to meditate or something. So you proceed through the night, and it's pretty calm. There's not much through. Oh, how did you want to reach this? Did you want to just take the road as far west as you can, and then start to head north, or did you want to start going into the woods as soon as possible, just using the horses to sort of pick your way through?
I asked the rangers of the party what would be the best way to proceed.
I was just reading over the class guide, and we can go wherever we want, really, because it says difficult terrain doesn't slow your group's travel.
Holy shit, real?
Yeah,
Nice.
under Natural Explorer.
I
And
say
it
we
also
cut through the
says-
trees.
Yeah. It also says your group
Fucking
can't
do it.
become lost except by magical means.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
So yeah, we're we're pretty set for going wherever.
Rangers serve a purpose again in D&D. Yay!
Holy shit. That's
That and we
actually
can
pretty
hunt
good.
for
Oh.
you guys.
Here's a better one for you, Shadowed. Even when you are engaged in another activity while traveling, such as foraging, navigating, or tracking, you remain alert to danger. So if anything's coming, we'll know about it.
You still get your perception check. Or
Yeah,
Your yeah. Cool.
You don't get disadvantage on perception.
right.
Yeah, basically.
Heck
So the way this if you look at the map, the way the forest works is there's a river that sort of spirals in on it, and he's telling you to head north. It's on the northwest corner of the forest, and you'll see there's a pond. There's a pond there, and that's sort of where he's sort of trying to guide you to. You can get there. You get there relatively easily. It does take you a little bit longer to get the horses across the water, So you're gonna get a slower pace there. It's not impossible, but it does take you a little bit longer that way. And you can get to probably get to cross one river north to south, and you get a little bit into the forest before you decide to make camp. If you're just getting off the trail immediately and going north.
How long are we able to keep these horses for? Are we managing to get through the trees?
The magistrate says, yeah, the horses are able to get with the help of the rangers being able to pick out clearer paths and sort of just read the flow of the forest. You're able to get the horses through relatively easily, way easier since you have the rangers than if you didn't. Yeah, but you don't know how much longer you are able to hold it. So far, the consistency of the forest has remained about the same. Super thick. The horses there are some tough spots for the horses, but it's not impossible. There's still forage on the ground. Your horses can eat just fine, and it's quiet, is what you're noticing so far. There's not much sound from like birds or just that ambient noise that sounds like the noise of a forest. And it gets to about nighttime. How late do y'all want to travel? Like, are you just going until y'all pass out, or?
I'd say till we get fatigued.
It'd probably be better if we went until dark. That way the horses didn't stumble or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, until dark, you can cross one of those rivers. You can get about halfway, just under the Frolos. Actually, in a single day, was it 140 miles? You're actually on the trail. You can just follow that. You follow the river west for a full day using the trail. I forgot this scale is off, and I need to make a closer map for more detailed things.
So are we stopping for the night?
Or yeah, are you gonna stop for the night, or you're gonna try and push through? You'll have to roll for fatigue to prevent fatigue if you want to.
I say we stop for the night.
You can probably go for about another two more days on the fucking path that's been created, and then you start having to move north.
I'd say make sure we're rested up just in case.
Yeah, we're moving toward what we
Our
think is an enemy
prisoner's
position.
Threat is real.
Yeah. The rangers can forage for food as well.
Mm-hmm.
Survival checks.
We
Do you want to forage for
can
food, or do you want to just eat your food that you have? What do you want to do?
I'll forage.
I'll forage as well.
Go ahead and roll survival checks.
Are we stopping and making a camp?
Yeah. How's your camp look before y'all go out and do this? Or y'all go out and do this while everybody else does camp? Like, how do you want to do this?
Yeah, they can go forage and we can pin the horses up kind of nearby. Make a campfire.
We're just going to deal with the horses.
I got an 18 on my forage.
Nice. So you get food. For how many people? How does your forage work?
We get double the amount of food that we would normally find.
Normally get? Nice.
So I got a 16.
In other words, they're feeding like 10 people.
Yeah, you get food for everybody for the night. So both of you go to forage and you collect enough food for everybody. Malamber goes and deals with the horses. Whereas, what do you want to do?
We need a fire. That's you, Krusty.
Sure.
What
I-
are you
Or
doing?
Krusty, or Alag and Brigham, what do y'all want to do? And Delilah.
I want to have a sit with the prisoner here.
Okay.
Have a little sit down, talk about some things, but I'll let everyone else get what they say.
Yeah, I just want to get a fire going. I'm just gonna look for some stones and some kindling and.
I can light
Probably
it.
have one of those kits, or get Melamber to light it, get it set
I
up.
mean, I can also just light it as well. I mean, I don't want to burn the
He
forest
just
down.
wants to use his magic.
I just don't want to burn the forest down. That's all.
You just light it with precipitation.
All right. So while he's sitting down with the prisoner, I suppose Melamber and I are just gonna go gather some stones and some kindling for the night.
Okay.
Does that work?
Yeah. Go gather stones.
I was asking Melamber.
Yeah,
Want to go do that? All right.
gather up
bro.
some twigs and crap.
Alag, what do you want to do?
All right, I want to gather some sticks for a nest so I can rest.
Okay, so you're gonna go and sort of build above them in one of the trees.
Yeah.
Okay, Delilah.
Just going to find a tree to take a nap under.
Okay. So
Tired.
you don't even bother helping with anything. You're just like, all right,
She's
I'm
fucking
out.
13. She's tired. Fuck
Yeah.
this.
She knows she doesn't need to do anything. And so we're back to Uraz and Oatley, who Oatley is sort of resigned to his fate at this point. He's been drugged for a full day. He wasn't expecting this, and he's sort of sitting cross-legged at a tree. He didn't have. Thankfully, he wasn't forced to do anything. So he's just sitting here, sort of recovering, and he's sort of sitting cross-legged at under a tree, arms folded, and he looks at her as he sits down. He's like, "What is it now?" Yeah.
I hand him a water skin and some trail ration.
Trail rations. Okay.
Mhm.
Have Kaylin and Rogar, have y'all gotten back yet? This is probably while they're out hunting, so they're not back yet.
Okay.
Or what do you say, Uraz? When do you talk to him?
I'll wait for them to return, but I just kind of sit and just
Okay.
watch him, make sure he's not gonna do it.
Right, so he
Shifty.
takes the trail rations from you, and he's like, all right, you're just giving me enough to barely stay alive, are you?
Well, if you like, I can give you less.
He takes the trail rations, and he begins to eat semi quickly.
I overhear this, and I walk over. I give them full ration because we have plenty of food.
Okay, and he looks at this dragonborn, a little, not enviously, but and not quite like respectfully, but not as bad as he does anybody who looks human. Humanoid.
That whole good cop thing's really paying off.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah.
right.
yeah. Just because you look almost like him, like you're reptilian like, and he can sort of see that you're something else. You're not human, and he can respect that, and the fact that you're giving him a full ration, while this guy who's been dragging him and hit him on
Beating
the
him
head
mercilessly.
and beating him, is trying to starve him.
I'm not
He
trying to
is-
starve him. I'm
The
giving him
worst part
sustenance.
about that. The worst part about that was it was my idea to drag him.
Maybe you should tie him behind your horse now.
Maybe.
All right. Well, seems like we're getting a little closer to our destination. I'd just like to know a little bit more about what we're walking into willingly. So what can you tell us more about your master? What is he like? What does he do? What's he about?
What's he about? He looks at you, the one he doesn't like, and he's like, I've already told you what the night serpent wants. It wants to feed.
Hmm. As do we all, as we're doing right now. We are consuming food to survive, which I understand. But why innocent people? Why break their spirits?
The nightmares prefer their victims to be innocent. It makes the nightmares more potent, more delectable to Dendar.
You know, I'm liking your master less and less as every time we talk. And I know you don't like me very much, and that's perfectly fine.
That's fine. We will you will be recruited just as some of the other villagers have to help us in the end.
Oh, okay, I see. So you're threatening me again. Is that what I'm gathering from this conversation? That you're threatening me?
Gather what you may, be it a threat or not.
Hmm. Hmm. Do you know where we are right now?
Are you asking him that?
Yeah.
He looks around and smiles. He goes, "We're close to my domain,"
Hmm.
and he says it all cocky, and then
So,
he sort of straightens up.
so my question is, what would you do if I release you right now?
He looks surprised. Like, wait, when did this start turn into a bargain for my freedom?
I'm
And
just curious as to what you would do.
and he's I'd probably move. I'd probably start heading back towards my temple as fast as I could.
And of course, telling everyone that we were on the way there.
That goes without saying.
Hmm.
What if
What if you went elsewhere?
What if I went elsewhere?
What if you didn't go back?
What are you trying to say? What do you What are you proposing?
Hmm. It seems to me that you're really never going to change. And you haven't honestly directly hurt anyone as of yet. Your attempts have been laughable at best. And if the rest of the party is inclined, we could release you. I see no further use for you.
Unless he's lying about going straight back.
He looks hopeful at you, almost believing, but not quite letting his guard completely down.
At this point, I walk over and say, if we find out that you go anywhere near your home and relay that we're coming, I personally will kill you.
He Google can't hear.
Google's gay. What? Oh, he can't hear.
It's being recorded.
He's intimidated by, or he respects you. He's not intimidated by you, so he believes you, Rogar. And he gives you like a resigned look, like very very well, like not quite afraid, but like okay, I won't say anything, whatever whatever you need.
So, you did mention a few days ago that you were in this for yourself. What do you have to go back for? What do you get out of it? Why not go do something else? You're obviously semi-talented. You could do anything other than this.
Don't you know? Power in my culture is everything. The stronger I am individually, the more I get out of being back.
He's obviously indoctrinated. You're not going to convince him not to go back. Releasing him is a danger, and if you try it, I'll kill him.
Wow. Straight up. Where are you in this, Google or
I'm
Malamber?
sitting
where is
sitting by the
everybody in
fire.
this? Okay. Is there just a single fire?
Character
How do y'all
text.
do this?
Character
Yeah, there's
text.
a single fire that we're kind of like in the middle of our tents.
Kind of a ring.
Okay.
Well, here's my theory.
So, and Delilah, Kalen are by the fire. Alag's probably up in his nest. Brigham, you started the fire, so I assume you're about around there too, right?
Yeah, I'm just not sitting down to it.
Okay.
No, I
Rogar
flew
was...
down to join the conversation.
Okay.
I would like to hear the rest of the party's input on this.
Yeah.
You've
so
had my
you're,
input.
they're probably within. If you were talking loudly, they would have heard everything. So they're probably. He's just out of range of the fire, like just where the fire stops keeping you warm. Like that's about as far away from the fire as he is, while everybody's sort of by the fire. Is that about right?
This sounds.
Sounds right.
Whereas and Rogar being closest, and Alex sort of in between the two. Hovering, Aleg, or are you on the ground?
I'm on the ground sitting.
Okay. So you're by the fire?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So there's the setting.
I honestly don't see the point of keeping this creature with us, or alive. He's not going to provide us any information.
Well,
All
you know,
lives are
He's already
valuable.
given us what he can.
he has given us some useful information, and here's my argument on it. The simple fact is, he didn't really affect a whole lot, and his attempts were laughable. I meant what I said.
Yeah, but letting him go right now would be foolish.
Why is that?
What do you propose?
I mean, if he runs straight back, doing it right now at nighttime would be stupid because we're not traveling. We can't follow him until daybreak, and he could get a really good head start on us and warn a lot of people we're coming. I can I can take the horses and track him at day. I can track him at night, but I can't take the rest of y'all with me.
I think he is lower down the chain than you seem to think he is. I don't think he has a lot more information, and even if he did give us info, it's not likely that it's honest. We can't trust anything he says.
Yeah, but you can't blame the paladin for putting value on life.
I suppose not, even if he abuses the life.
He's still valuing it. It's not highly.
I will say this. I say we take a vote. It's simple. It's clean. He has committed crime.
Is the vote to kill him or let him go?
Correct.
Is there a third option?
Is there a third option?
We keep him with us and risk him causing harm to our party at any given point.
I mean, he's shackled up. I don't think he's gonna do anything.
He has
Well,
mystical arts, doesn't he?
Couldn't we found his mouth?
Did we not see
Find
him
his
use
mouth?
magic?
True, but
Anyone?
under the
Was
threat
he?
of obviously being way outnumbered. Even if he did
I don't think he
manage
would try something now. That would be suicide. But if we keep him with us and we end up in a situation that gives him an advantage, he
True.
might try something. I don't think we should take him into this situation.
There is
Let's
a
say
fourth
we-
option.
No?
Leave him tied up. Let nature take its course.
Yeah. Just fucking leave him out here.
I mean, tied to a tree with a knife just out of reach. Shit. You want to survive,
Nah,
earn it.
I like that fourth option the best.
He committed an act against nature. Let nature get him back.
Except maybe not give him a knife and strip him of all his clothes.
I said just out of reach.
I'm
I
not
said
leaving
no
my
knife
knife
at all.
behind.
Okay, no knife.
He is sharp.
Plus,
He-
it's shiny. The bird would go back and get it
Yes,
anyway.
Yeah, looking at him, he does have there are some of his teeth are more elongated, almost like a serpent's teeth. He's
Mhm.
got a not all of his teeth are sharp, but he definitely has two that definitely look more deadly than the others.
I go over to him and question who he is and why he looks that way. Why he looks like a snake but is still human.
Okay. So go ahead. What are you asking? So you're asking him. So, what
So,
are you? Who
What-
are you?
Yeah, what are you exactly?
He goes, I'm a child of Dendar, the Night Serpent. I am one of his own.
What is the Night Serpent or Dindar?
Dendar is our god. We do as he commands.
And what does he command you to do?
Feed him.
Feed him. So he's actually alive. He's not just this magical god in the wisps of the wind.
He looks at you, confused a little bit, like magical god. Like, of course he is real. What do you mean?
What
God
does
is the wisp.
Dindar look like?
I have never
Presumably
seen
a
Dendar.
serpent.
You'd have to ask the speakers about Dendar. They are
Where-
the one who speak for him.
Where can I find these speakers?
That you'll have to find on your own. And he sort of looks away like.
How do you feed this god? Is it a sacrifice? Do you kill people and feed this god?
I gather the prey for Dendar. The speakers do the actual feeding.
I don't believe that you don't know where to find these so-called speakers.
Correct. If you're bringing
He said
the
he
prey,
won't tell us. He does know he has to bring them the prey. But he told us we're gonna have to find them on our own.
See, Uraz, you wanna help me out here?
Yeah. So, did you always look like this, Alden? Were you always this
Ugly.
lizard-like creature?
He gives a quick glance at Delilah, like one.
I was asleep.
Almost. Oh, you're asleep.
She mutters ugly in her sleep.
Perfectly, just her eyes closed. She just says ugly.
I have been what I am for as long as I can remember. I am a pureblood, and will one day rise to something more.
So that's what you're getting out of this. One day, maybe, you might get a promotion.
Yes, in a sense, a promotion.
How's that working out for you right now?
Can snakes spit? I don't know.
I slap him.
Wait, with a wing or with a
Can I-
hand?
Can I
Yeah,
do a
how
Goog-
do your hands work? Like, do you have wings and
I
hands,
have
or are your hands
wings.
attached to your wings?
All right. So imagine a wing and like, okay, imagine
There
a
are
wing
fingers at the end.
and with like fingers at the end of like the feathers,
Okay.
but they're like controllable like fingers.
Okay. Cool. So you slap them, no claws.
No
Scope 'em
claws, nothing. I just slap him with my wing.
He roll for damage or roll for attack
For feathers?
with yeah, I guess like
Melee attack.
Opposable thumbs, yeah, melee attack. So it'd just be straight strength.
So he spits on me, huh?
I say
Well,
we
I was
string
trying to
him up
figure
by
out
his
if he's-
cuffs off a tree branch and leave him.
He sort of does that tongue flickering at you, and some
Like the
saliva
psst.
flings off, yeah, and hits him.
I wipe my face.
Can I do an
That's
insight
what he
check
is.
to see if I recognize what kind of religion or cult that what he's describing comes from? Whether it's
It
like a
wouldn't be
sacrificial
insight, it would
religion.
be history.
Ready,
I'd
it's
say.
roll space. Bonafide.
Yeah, do a history check, Google.
Okay.
You have to put it in again.
Yeah, you gotta do it again. It's ready.
$15.
15. Okay, so we'll see. We'll do Schmitty, and then we'll go back to you.
What?
What are you
You'll get
doing?
it. You'll get it.
Exclamation roll space 1d20 plus whatever your modifiers are.
Yeah, there's no need for the parentheses. Handles all that.
There you go.
What's in the parentheses is basically what you get on the
I
base
see
roll
that.
for the 1d20.
Let's roll a
Yeah.
9. You missed.
Birds are.
Wait, 8? Wait. What was your roll?
8 plus 1.
Yeah, he
What was
rolled an 8
everyone
out of
rolling?
d20.
Okay, so he rolled the 8. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So, you miss him with your palm, and you sort of graze his face with your feathers as you swing by, and he looks more annoyed than hurt, or whatever you were trying to get with. Yeah. Whatever point you were originally trying to get through, definitely didn't hit.
As he flourishes to miss, I go ahead and roll my fist out there.
Are you gonna try and hit him?
I'm backhand him for spitting in my face.
Okay.
Bastard.
While you're rolling, I'm gonna tell Google. And Google, do you just want to share this with everybody, or do you want to message it to you, or?
Message it to me.
Okay.
See if it's worth sharing.
Was 15 years?
Yep.
Does it delete your roll automatically?
Yeah.
Is it
Yeah,
doing that
deletes
as
what
well?
you input. and it tags whoever actually made the roll.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you hit.
After all this is done, I want to pull him aside, talk to him one-on-one.
This is like the worst battle ever.
Oh,
Just
by the
slapping
way,
the shit out of him.
yeah, this guy's gonna just
He's
be
tied
out
up.
on health
Why are you guys
forever.
not able to hit him?
I hit
By
him.
the way, this is when we would usually be wrapping things up. Do you
Why
want
are
to wrap
you-
it up, or do you want to keep pushing through?
I'm good.
I'm good.
I'm good.
Why are we still wasting time with this fool?
Yeah, you guys are
Just beating on him. He's not
I
going to
will
give you
say
anything
this.
else.
He really hasn't hurt anyone that we know of.
So let's string him up by his cuffs on a tree branch and leave him. You're not killing him, but we're not taking him with him, and he's not a liability.
And he did attempt to attack us unprovoked.
Just saying.
You may not have seen him hurt somebody,
Again.
but if he attacked us like that, he's
Again,
not
my
staying
character
anywhere near
still
me.
stands by his vote. You know,
I
kill
mean,
him, take him, whatever. We'll vote on it.
I may have not been with your group in so long, but he's still holding back information.
Yeah, you slapping the shit out of him and missing half the time isn't going to help, I don't think.
I hit him though.
We're all very proud.
I've hit him every time I've swung at him. Just saying.
He's obviously accustomed to pain. He hasn't given anything up because of it now.
My
Yeah.
vote is option
Apparently,
4.
he hasn't felt the wrath of some talents. Then
Only the wrath of some feathers.
You had a point about that earlier, so just saying. Like I said, my character still stands by his voting option. He'll go with whatever the rest of the party decides because that
I
is
vote
a
we
judgment.
kill him and leave him.
But before that happens, I'm pulling this guy aside, have a one-on-one
Which guy?
conversation. The prisoner, lizard to lizard.
Fair enough.
So I pull him aside, away from the fire, out of earshot from everyone. And I say, listen, I need to know what you know. I don't want you to die, because I don't think you've really done anything. But people here don't think you're of any more use to us. And so they don't see a reason in keeping you around.
Roll a persuasion check.
Alright.
Roll with advantage, because you did give him extra rations. You've been the good cop.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
You want to roll again, or just sticking with that?
Roll again, see if you get even higher.
Oh wait, is persuasion just the...
It's
hold on.
under charisma.
Yeah,
Yeah.
never mind. I did the +2 because I was thinking proficiency. It'd be 18,
Okay.
but I don't need to roll again.
You don't know how hard it's gonna be.
Might as well roll again, you get the higher of the two.
Yeah.
Wow, same
An
thing.
18 and a 20. What?
Well, yeah, that would have been 20. I'll take the
Meant to
20.
be.
Cool. Okay. So he sort of looks at you, and seeing that you're even the nicer of everybody here, he goes, all right. I honestly don't know what's coming after you. I only know that something is coming after me. I can't be allowed to live and give away any more information, and it's gonna happen soon. I don't know if it's gonna be tonight, tomorrow night, or even 3 days from now. I just know that our secrets must not get out.
So something is coming after you because you were captured and we interrogated you?
Something's coming after you because you captured and tried to interrogate.
How do they know
Okay.
we captured and interrogated?
You're
you?
not there.
Yeah, we're not there, so we can ask questions.
I have elven ears. I can hear everything.
Oh.
I'll bring us back to the fire and share what I learned with the party.
Okay.
Do elves actually have an advantage in hearing distantly?
Yep.
No.
Okay. Huh?
Oh, come on. The wingtip's got to be for something.
They get perception out of the box, so no. That's it. Which I think is pretty freaking OP, but that's just my opinion.
But I have keen senses. Whoa.
Exactly. That's all you need. Anyway.
So yeah, what do you?
I actually want. Wait, so is there some kind of advantage to hearing or anything we get? I know we can see in the dark.
You get
Is there some-
perception.
Technically it's like perception.
What does that mean? Do we up our passive perception then, or?
No, you get
your
perception
proficiency
as
bonus.
Proficiency perception.
you get perception
Oh.
for free.
Okay,
Lucky
good
you.
to know. I did not know that.
Hmm. So, in light of this new information, are you saying that you're going to die if they find us?
We're all dead.
Hmm.
I'm going to repeat
At
my
this
question
point.
this time because I've heard the conversation.
What was your question?
The question was, how do they know you've been captured and interrogated?
The speakers see all. They speak directly with Dendar, and Dendar speaks directly through them. The
Okay.
speakers
So-
will know I have been.
So they know we're coming anyway.
At
Who are the
this point, it would be-
speakers?
The nightmare speakers. They're the priests of my god. Basically they're the people who speak with the god, and then they're priests of Dendar.
Where can we find one of these speakers?
I only delivered the prey to them. I never saw a speaker directly, just other purebloods and maybe Malisons.
Can I make a suggestion? So they know we're coming.
They
You're
may
saying
not know who's coming. They know somebody or something coming.
you think we're all gonna die, including you.
We would like you to die. Yes.
Is he lying? I just rolled an insight roll.
Insight roll was at 23.
Yeah, nat 20.
No, he's not lying. He believes every word he is saying to you.
So
So-
here's
So,
Here's the
Let me-
deal.
Good.
if they
I
already know-
don't want to kill you. Well, I do, but I'd rather fight you and kill you instead of just.
I don't
You
want
know.
to kill you yet.
I'll cut his throat.
So, okay.
Jesus, Google.
So we're not going to get any farther. So we should either kill him or we should tie his hands up and tell him to run back to the town and turn himself in. And if he doesn't, we'll kill him anyway.
Now,
I
have a
like that idea.
suggestion.
I
And
don't
if he
trust
goes
this
in-
guy further than Delilah could throw him.
If
He's
he
not
goes
gonna
and
run
turns
back
himself
down.
in, he'll actually live. So there's a plus.
I agree with
I-
I agree with Brigham.
I have a suggestion. Why don't you guys release him? And I can follow him wherever he goes.
If we release him, we need to do it in the morning. That way he doesn't have that big of a head start.
That's fine.
I'm good with that.
I'm good with Brigham's
Sure.
idea.
So Brigham's idea was
I don't-
to let him run back, and
Because
Alex
if they know
advantage
that's
trade
if
for
they
him.
know that someone's coming for them, what's he gonna tell them?
Well, they don't know who we are, but he does.
I
He
mean,
knows
okay.
what
What are they
we're
gonna do?
capable
Make
of.
fun of
I
me
was gonna.
when we get there? We're still gonna fight them.
True.
So he either goes back to the town and goes back to the jail, or we fight the people and then kill him anyway.
But they know what kind of fight to expect. I don't know. I'm down for whatever.
The more honorable thing, in my opinion, since he has committed crime, but nothing more than vandalism.
Give him a choice. Does he want to live or die?
True. That is the just thing to do.
I would still rather like to follow him,
You can follow him.
and then you guys.
Yeah, I don't think there's anyone saying don't do that.
Yeah.
so
if you
how
want to
are
follow
y'all
him.
sitting at this point? Because originally he was sitting outside of the warmth of the fire, and then Rogar took him away out of earshot, and now he brought him back. Where is he sitting now, and where is everybody in relation to this?
I guess all around the fire.
Just all sitting around the fire.
Yeah.
You brought him in there. Okay.
So I want to ask, when we were just talking, I'm talking to old, I don't even remember his name. Old Tap.
Oatley.
Oatley.
Yeah.
Oatley said we would rather you die. But before you said you were in this for yourself. Which one is it?
Power is everything in my society. I'm in it for myself to gain as much power as I possibly can. I'm only a pureblood right now, but perhaps one day I could one day I will be able to transform.
So is that why you look like shit?
Alright.
He looks at you. Snakes and birds, they don't have a good they don't like each other naturally. I'd say that's safe to assume. So a human-sized bird and a human-sized snake, same thing applies. He looks at you, and I have nothing to say to the likes of you, and he sort of just flicks his tongue at you. It's like tasting the air with his little flick.
What was that?
Then looks away.
So, does that mean, if you're going to transform, does that mean, or gain as much power as you possibly can, does that mean you'd have to overthrow whoever's at the top right now?
That's yes. I'm trying to figure out how he would answer this. That's the essentially how my society works. There's no room for the weak.
So,
They're the Sith. Sorry,
wouldn't
I
it
don't care.
be in your best interest to help us get to where we need to go?
Not
By
if
not-
you're planning on killing my entire society. Being the last one in my society does not make me the best in my society.
I don't think we want to kill everyone in your society. We just want to know who's wreaking havoc in the town below and make sure it stops.
If you're against Dendar, then you're against my entire people.
All right, fuck
So-
it, kill him. Fuck it, right now. Fucking burn him alive.
I'm down for that.
No. Just
You know what,
release him.
I'm down. No.
There's
Fuck
no
him.
point.
I'm down tying him up, stripping him naked, tying him up.
I took him
And
down
leaving him to
without
the
killing
wolves.
him before, and it took hardly any effort. He's not a threat. Just let him go.
All right, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna tie him up by a tree, by the road, light a big ass fire in the morning, set up a bunch of smoke, leave him a knife, see if we can get to it.
Nah.
it'll give us a
Don't
head
leave him the
start.
knife.
He is
Strip him down,
panic-stricken
bare
at this
naked.
point.
Strip him down, bare naked, tie him to a tree, leave him for the wolves.
Well, no, I'm not listening to a bird. But what? That's fucked up.
Let's just cut him loose.
Fuck it. Who cares?
You cut him loose, I kill him right now.
Okay.
No, just let him go. It doesn't matter. He literally took 5 seconds to knock down. I have no worries about it. We'll just keep watch like we're going to anyway, and be all right. Is everyone in agreement with that? We'll just cut
Yeah.
him loose.
Doesn't matter.
That's fine. That's fine.
I open the shackles and escort him to the edge of the camp and tell him to get to stepping.
Or slithering, whatever the fuck you do.
And I kind of push him like a stray animal. Go on, get.
Hopefully he doesn't get stuck in one of the traps I just set.
And he looks. Okay, so as he's walking away, Malamber steps up quickly and walks up to him and tries to put a knife directly into the side of Oatlay's neck. And we'll see if he roll for attack. Malamber.
What do I roll for that?
D20.
Just a straight D20?
Yep. Roll with advantage. You're catching him by surprise, but you don't get sneak attack bonus. Oh, well, it hits.
Oh, it hits? Okay.
Yeah, with a 15 it hits. So roll for damage.
I think you did. Or is that what's the 9?
No, that was advantage for the
And
hit.
I've already
Oh,
damaged
okay,
him.
okay.
I've already damaged him today.
Yeah. I'm keeping track.
Multiple times.
What
Yeah,
should I
you
roll for the damage? Because all I have is just like a small knife. Is there like a
It's
base damage for that?
It's like 1d4,
1d4.
1d6,
1d4.
1d4
Mm-hmm. Plus strength.
plus your strength.
Yeah,
Is it a dagger? Is that what it is?
it's basically. It's
1d4
just a small
piercing.
knife. 1d4 plus strength.
Yeah, plus your strength.
Oh, whoa. What are you doing? Jesus.
Three plus 0. Okay, so 3. He looks angry, but not surprised. He spins around and he begins to call out in a strange like snake-like like parcel tonguish language, and almost immediately from two ends of the camp, two of those broods that you had fought earlier kind of step out, and everybody roll for initiative.
Yeah, he was going to do that whether he walked away or not.
Now he's gonna die. He could have just ran. Now he's dying.
Well, he got
Initiative's
stabbed in
just
the neck by
D20, yeah?
Yeah,
It doesn't matter. He could have still ran away.
Dexterity.
Google hardly phased him. He could have just ran
What,
away.
oh, plus dexterity? Is that what you said?
Yep. Yeah, it's plus your
God damn
dexterity,
it.
right? Krusty?
Yes.
Alright, starting with... Oh shit, starting where?
Hold on, I have to
I
roll. Hold
got-
on.
5.
I forgot to roll with dexterity.
Just add it to the roll.
Oh yeah, that's true. I got a 7.
I got a 5.
So Google, you got the 3?
I got a 5. I didn't add dex to my roll.
I got a 21.
I got a 10.
Oh wait, so one sec, let me roll for these guys.
I yell out as my free action. You could have ran, but now you've fucked it all up. You're gonna die now.
I should have put a fireball in the back of his head. God dang it.
I don't know how
Pierce
well that
my
would have worked
talons
out.
through his eyes.
Alright, 20 through 25, anybody? Alright, 15 through 20.
No. What's his name? Schmitty got 21.
Schmitty?
I got 21. I didn't roll for with my
Okay.
dexterity, but it's +3.
So
So
Alag.
24.
18 plus 3 is 21.
Oh,
I like how the music
Sorry.
got more fast paced just then.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you,
That
Marty.
was good.
All right.
Marty's the good
So
DJ.
15 through 20. 15 through 20.
I got a 15.
Brigham. All right. 10 through 15. Wow, Jesus. Good luck. They're actually gonna get to do something. So 10 through 5 through 10. 5 through 10.
Yeah, that's me.
We're
5.
there.
I got 10 as well.
Oh, 5 through 10. Never mind.
There we go.
Wait, 5 through 10? I got 5.
Kaylin, you got a 10 also?
Yes, I got a 10.
I got a 7.
Okay.
Is Delilah just going
what
to
was
stay asleep
yours?
under a tree?
No one's woken her up.
True.
Sound of the fight will soon do that.
Kaylin's taking a protective stance over Delilah.
Okay. So do we want to play out this fight? We're good. We're good to keep going.
I mean, heck
Anybody?
yes, the most exciting thing that's happened.
Besides me whooping his ass.
No, even that was
Hitting an unarmed and tied up person doesn't count as whooping anybody.
Okay, well.
Okay, so these just to sort of set the thing. Everybody is around this fire. The pureblood Otle has been moving south. He got maybe about 20 feet away. Google or Melamber comes up behind him and tries to put a knife in his neck, and he sort of shrugs it off, and so he's about 30 feet, 25 feet to the south of you guys, everybody, and then everybody else, or the two broods, those two like lizard-like creatures, come in from the north about 60 feet away. So you've got two broods in the north about 60 feet, and then this guy in the south about 25 feet away. And Alag is up first.
Okay, I fly and strike with my talons at the Otila guy.
Otla? Okay. Go ahead and roll for attack. So what are you doing? Like, just hitting him with your pole staff or whatever? Like, what are you attacking him with? So I can sort of describe.
My talons.
Talons? Okay.
Do I roll with anything extra or just the 1d20?
D20 plus your what is talons? Like a melee weapon, so it would be strength, wouldn't it?
Yep. Any melee weapon's gonna be strength.
Yeah.
Unless it's a light weapon.
Yeah.
Or has the finesse property, I think it was.
Yeah, finesse or
I
versatile.
rolled a 7.
Okay, that misses. So, you, as you're flying at him, you sort of, you get a little over eager, and you flap your wings like once, twice, and that would have gotten you there, but you flap your wings a third time, and just the speed, you sort of overfly him, and and your talons sort of just graze over him, and start snatching at his hair, and you sort of pass him by. And that comes to the pureblood's turn. The pureblood Otle is going to start saying some start hissing slightly, and I'm gonna need Atlag and Melamber to roll a DC saving.
Roll a what?
A saving throw. I'm about to figure out which it is exactly. In just 1 second.
Just 1d20 for saving?
Yeah, for your saving throw. I'm about to tell you what you save or what you add. Constitution saving throw. So add your Constitution to that.
It is what the dice says.
11.
Yeah.
I have 15.
Okay, and the DC is 12. Yeah, DC saving of 12. So, Ally, you managed to shrug it off and take half damage. Google, you're gonna take full damage. Let me double check on this. No, Ally, you shrug off all damage, and Google, you take. D12 damage.
Oh god.
Oh my,
Yeah.
that could be your whole health bar.
To the end of November.
It's very probable.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
I'm dead.
Sorry, Google. No, you're not dead. You're incapacitated. So he starts to sort of inhale slightly, and then he opens his mouth, and his teeth sort of start to sprout an acidic substance. It's green, and it's almost like a mist, and it sort of sprays over you. Ally, being like a bird person and sort of in mid-flight, kind of bats away most of the spray and gets out of harm's way. You, however, get a full blast of his wings as it blasts away. The mist sort of just goes full blast into your face, and you just inhale this. It's a very strong acid. You can almost feel your face start to like just burn away. Not like melt. Elves' skin, I guess, don't really show the kind of imperfections. But you sort of feel like you're on fire, and you sort of just collapse in your spots, just in an immense amount of pain. And this Oatley, he starts to chuckle, and he's like, I said we wanted you all dead, didn't I? And then he's gonna use one of his movement actions to get closer to the group. He's gonna use his movement to get closer to the group, right in melee range.
Bring it on.
And that brings it over to a Brood's turn. So that was Alag. This was the Purebloods' turn. Now it's the Brood's turn. The Brood's gonna use both of his turns to get within melee range of you, because it was 60 feet away. So he's gonna use both.
Oh,
of his
Malamber is down.
Yeah, and Malamber is currently down.
Holy shit.
So after this, on Malamber's next turn, he has to roll a death saving throw to not die. And
Oh,
then
God.
hopefully- bring it up.
What did I say?
I didn't
Mage is
think
always the
he
first
would
to
be
die.
the first person to attack the person, you know. But Lambert wanted to stab him in the neck. I was like, do it.
All right.
To be fair, he's hurting. The day's travel and all the beatings y'all have given him, he's hurting. He's exhausted. He's travel worn. He's maybe fallen a couple times, and like Uraz isn't the kind of person to stop, so he was just sort of drug along a little bit on his knees before he was able to stand back up. That kind of thing, like, you know. But he's got just enough anger in him to cast this spell and to sort of release this spray and just caught Lambert full force, basically. And so yeah, this Brood gave his turn. And then next person. So this brood is now within melee range of everybody, and the next turn is Brigham. It's Brigham's turn.
Okay, so so are they just right in front of us, basically?
Basically, the pureblood is to your south. Right, basically, if you're sitting on a log, he's on the other side of that log, and the brood is the same way except on the north. Like within melee range of both of you. You could use you probably no more than 10 feet from either direction.
So what's the order of people? Can I ask that?
It's a big circle.
No, like the initiative order.
Oh, initiative order so far, it's been Ally, then it's been the pureblood, then it's been the brood that's closest to you, then it's you. I can't tell you the rest of the order.
Okay.
I'm gonna actually. I don't know. Krusty, can I? Like, that's sort
Generally don't.
Yeah, that's like the metagaming. I think.
Wait, what now?
About telling him what the initiative order is.
Generally, I just tell the next person when it's their turn. When I DM, I don't just give the whole initiative order out unless I have someone doing it for me.
So I'm gonna go ahead and
I don't give them numbers. I just tell them order.
I am going to use Bless. I'm gonna cast Bless. So what Bless is it's concentration. So I'm gonna move in. So I'm gonna move. Just step into the center of everyone. You're all kind of around the fire. So I'm right in the middle.
The only person who's not there is Malamber. He's about 20 feet away because he's the one who went to stab. So everybody else would be in this circle.
Yeah. So I'm going to use Bless, which affects up to 3 creatures within range. So whenever a target makes an attack roll or a saving throw before the spell ends, the target can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to the attack roll or saving throw.
Ooh, okay.
So boost the AC or boost it. So I'm going to go ahead and bless. I'm going to bless Rogar. I'm going to bless... let's see. I'm going to bless... Uraz, and I'm going to. There's one. We got one more, right?
Yep.
You can bless yourself too.
Nah, but I'm not attacking, so I'm actually gonna bless Delilah. I'm gonna use
sleeping
Delilah. Not. She's still asleep.
Right now. I mean, so the way
this
rounds
is all
work
happening
is
really
like
quick.
it's all like 10-second intervals.
Okay. All right, so in that case, I'm just gonna bless Kaylin then.
Okay.
Those 3.
She's standing over Delilah.
Right. So yeah, so I that's it. That's what spell slot. But so just add it to your attack roll or saving throw.
And as long as you're concentrating for a full minute, so basically a full round from here.
Right.
Cool.
And it's anytime. So if you get attacked, so it's not like what you get one boot. It's for this next round until it gets back to me. If anytime you get attacked, you're doing attack at it.
And do I make my death saving throws as what would have been my turn comes back around?
I think so.
Yes. I think it just goes one per round, right?
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Yep. Or unless someone revives it.
Right.
If somebody casts any kind of healing spell on me, I come back up too.
Are you right at dead then?
He's at 0.
I'm at 0 hit points.
He has 6 health. Yeah.
He's basically bleeding out right now.
Hey guys,
Well, I know,
I'll be right back.
But I know normally it like goes to the negative.
Yeah.
So basically, I put it in books and resources, but if I took enough damage to hit 0 and then also hit my maximum hit points again, I would have been completely dead.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, I'm just at 0. I'm not in negative. I'm just at 0.
Okay, got it.
Basically, to what the character would see is he's laying on the ground, twitching and bleeding.
Yeah.
Or in this case, it would be Malamber's on the ground, like clutching his face as he feels his skin burn away.
And coughing up blood, I guess.
Yeah, coughing up blood, I assume. I'd assume some acid would have gotten in his...
Oh, yeah.
Because basically the way I pictured it was Ally being super quick, was able to dodge it with his wings, and sort of sent the mist full blast into Malamber's face. Kind of like unintentional, but
Jesus.
definitely, yeah, Malamber wasn't able to roll out of it. And,
He got Joker.
Yeah, I made a little bit of that noise too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
All right, let's
so whose
move.
turn? Who we have? Who's
That
up next?
was Brigham's turn, right? Or do you want to
Yes.
use a move, Brigham, at all?
Nah, I already kind of stepped into the center of everybody, so I'm right in the middle.
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't far. I would have counted that as a good bonus action. Or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
that-
Next.
I have to be concentrating anyway, so.
Okay. Next is the other brute. He's further out, and he's gonna use both of his moves to get into range. Next is Kaylin. Whenever she gets back.
So while
She's here.
she's gone.
Oh no, I'm
is
back.
she
I'm here.
Okay.
Okay. Next is it's your turn. Basically, you have your pure blood about 10 feet to your south, and you got two brood guards, 10 to 15 feet to your north.
I'm gonna loose an arrow at the pure blood.
Okay. Roll for attack.
Oh crap! I did that in the wrong one. I got an 18 though.
Yeah, hits.
All right, let me roll for damage. And I get to add a D4 to this too, since I'm blessed, right?
Yeah, that was for your attack though, right? Or is it for your both?
Both.
Oh no, that was for my attack. I rolled
yeah.
a 18 for
But
my
you
attack.
Yeah,
I
you
think
hit either way.
Mighty said both. Oh.
Whenever
Oh,
your
okay.
target
I
makes
see.
an
Not
attack
damage.
roll,
Not
yeah,
damage. Right.
not for damage, just for attacking. So just you got a D4. But yeah.
Okay then. And it looks like I did 5 damage too.
5 damage. Okay. So you loose this arrow, and it's already been stabbed in the neck, and it just sort of released a bunch of acid. Like or actually, it had just run in. It had just run in. And as it's running in, you loose an arrow, and it sort of hits it in its shoulder. It shrugs off a lot of the damage. It's down, but its adrenaline's pumping at this point. It's almost got it. It looks like it's almost got its second wind, and yeah, he sort of just shrugs off the damage and prepares to sort of come in and attack somebody. So you dealt your damage. Do you want to move?
No, I'm gonna stay where I'm at over Delilah.
Okay. You can use like your bonus actions, like yell at her or something. Do something like that.
Probably wouldn't hurt if I shake her shoulder.
Yeah. Cool. So you shake Delilah's shoulder and awaken her.
Get your knives ready, girl.
And looking around Delilah, she was asleep comfortably by the fire for it's probably been about like an hour and a half or so. Everybody else was sort of up and talking, and you see the person that you were just like that was just in chains, sort of bleeding and has an arrow sticking out of his chest to your south, and then you look to your left, your north, and you see two more of those lizard things that you saw at the granary.
Gotcha. And what am I rolling here to get away from everyone else and just try and get in the shadows?
Try and move into stealth. Go ahead and roll. You're in the middle of the fire. You could use your move to get out to like a tree on the outskirts, and then try and move into
Initiative?
No, his initiative
He's
would
leading
be
the fight.
about. Oh yeah, no, I would put him in the fight here. Like I just insert him into here.
Alright.
But do you want to move into stealth though, and then
Yes.
try and move around for like a sneak attack or something?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead and roll a stealth check. Yep,
Jesus.
that you fade into shadows. You basically you noticing the danger around and being quick on your feet from having always having to be like on your guard, being on the streets. You gather your small belongings that you had, and you roll, like you sort of like ninja roll behind a tree, and it's almost like you vanish from sight, and you sort of disappear. And that'll be your move and your bonus action.
That's good.
You don't want to attack or anything. You're just gonna sort of. Where are you? You want to like sit in the tree, or are you sort of gonna start skirting the edge of the
Skirting.
wood edge or whatever? Okay,
Yep.
cool. That's where you are. Let me mark that. Next is Melambers. Do your saving throw. Critical fail. You're dead.
No,
No,
that's
yeah,
two
you
failures.
get a couple tries. Yeah.
I have to succeed 3 times or fail 3 times.
It's not looking good for you.
Unless somebody
Holy
hits
shit.
me.
I got you, bro.
Alright, next is... That brings me back to the top. I lag.
Wait, I haven't gone.
Neither have I.
No, Rogar, yeah, sorry.
I
Rogar.
had a 12 on my initiative.
So.
Oh, he
Krusty
should have
goes
went before me then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess, wait, one sec. Did I leave you out? Perez, I did leave you out. My bad.
You're good. It's a big party.
Let me double check now. Make sure everything's here. Yeah. Cool. We should all be here. Cool. So we'll do Uraz, then Rogar,
Alright.
and then we'll back to the top.
Alright. Let me see if Lay on Hands is a bonus action. Or let me see real quick. Because I have a plan.
Where do you find that? Is that just in the?
That's a paladin feature.
Well, I mean, I have a class feature too, and I just wasn't sure if it says. It's supposed to say in the.
It would say under the
Just-
class.
Okay.
As an action. So I guess a move action. Alright. So I guess Otla is looking pretty worse for wear.
Yeah, Otle is looking pretty rough, but satisfied that he's already taken somebody with him.
Okay.
if it
All
comes
right.
to that.
So, in my lust for vengeance, because that's the kind of guy I am, and he's already hurt one of my colleagues, I'm going to draw my great sword, and I'm going to go ahead and move on up to him and just kind of halfway run up to him and just whack him with it. I mean, just full tilt.
Cool. All right. Roll for attack.
So I got a 20 total to hit.
Okay. Yeah, that hits.
All right.
You can string the dice together. You do 1d20 plus 1d4 plus number.
Oh, okay. I got 10 damage,
Okay.
and I'm going to ask this because it doesn't specify what kind of action. Can I just shoot Lay on Hands at Malamber real quick? Or would that be part of my move?
Let me look at Lay on Hands. Player's Handbook, right?
Yeah, under Paladin it says, as an action, you can touch a creature and draw power from the pool to restore a number of hit points to that creature, up to the maximum amount remaining in your pool.
This is an action.
Yeah, just basically touching him, and I can heal him
You have to move
up
to him.
to... Well, isn't he standing right by the creature?
No.
I mean, wouldn't he go down right by the creature?
Melamber
He
went
ran away from
down,
me.
and then the creature ran towards y'all.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm on my way.
Melamber and Ella are about 20 feet away from y'all.
Well, I'm on my
Everybody
way.
else is sort of, in there.
I'm on my way as soon as I can. I promise. My character yells, "Hold on, mage!" I can still, I guess, hear him wheezing, rattling breath.
And
But yeah,
cool, so you use your move to get closer to him. You're basically within touching range.
well, I took a whack at the guy too, but
Yeah.
I'll just try and get as close as I can.
You're basically, within like 5-10 feet of him.
Okay.
Because it was about 10 feet to get to the guy, the pureblood Oatley, and then now you're moving about 20 feet back towards him, so. Or towards Melamber. Cool. Then Rogar. And that's everybody, right?
Yeah, I think so. So
Yeah.
with the broods, where are they in
They're-
relation?
Relation to you, they're
Yeah.
probably they're 10 feet to your north. Relatively close to each other, about 5-10 feet, 10 feet away from each other. So
Is
it's maybe
there-
like 13 feet.
Is there anyone in front of me?
How are you all sitting in this circle? It's pretty far, y'all are pretty far apart. Like, you could easily shoot around somebody if they were in front of you.
Can we assume that there's no one in front of us since the battle kind of spread
Yeah.
us out? I would assume. All right.
Yeah,
All
at
right.
this point.
I'm gonna use my breath weapon then.
Okay.
It's a 15-foot cone. It's a dexterity save on them, so I'm gonna
Okay.
hit regardless.
Yeah. What's the dexterity save on him?
Hold on. It's just a dexterity check.
Yeah. It'll be 10 plus the spell level
Oh, it
plus
says-
Yeah. What's
your
spell
level.
and all that?
Well, the spell level is. Hold on. It just says the DC for the saving throw equals 8 plus your Constitution modifier plus your proficiency bonus.
Yep. So that's what the DC that the creature would have to roll to dodge it.
So what is it for so his Constitution modifier?
Yes.
Yeah, so what's the DC on it then, Rogar?
So my Constitution modifier is 3.
So 11 plus
And-
proficiency.
My proficiency is 2. So it'd be what 15,
14? 14 or 15?
13. Sorry, 13.
13, yeah.
13. Okay, so they both gotta roll 13. Let's see.
Plus, no.
Roll.
Plus he gets. Did you add the bless bonus
Oh
in?
yeah, plus the 4.
Plus 4.
1d4.
Is it 1d4 or a flat 4?
It's a D4.
Okay.
Oh wait, no, but that's against him. Well, you wouldn't want to add the blessing to these brood guards because then if they make the saving throw, they get half.
No.
damage.
Rogar is attacking, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, but
he's making an attack roll. He's trying to.
No. These guys have to roll to see if they get.
Yeah.
Oh, is it a saving throw, not an
The
AC
way-
check?
yeah.
Yeah, it's a saving
Okay.
throw.
Okay.
The way his spell works is it hits regardless. We're just seeing
Okay.
if they do half damage
Yes.
or not.
Right.
So they just gotta roll a 14 or a 13.
13 or higher.
Alright, he makes it. 20. And he makes it. Okay, they take half damage, which is.
All right, so it's 2d6.
You want to roll that? Or do you want me
Yeah.
to?
I'll roll it.
So they take 4, because you cut it in half and you go bigger.
Right.
4 each.
I never asked. Did my attack seem to phase Atla?
Atla, that
It's a great sword coming down on him.
It hurt him. You stabbed him in his shoulder. Like you came down like full force and you put a gash in his shoulder and he is stumbling and he's barely trying to keep up. He's barely trying to stand. He wants to. You can tell he wants to gather some energy to cast one more just like dark spell. You can sort of see the power lighting up in his eyes, but he's barely holding on to this world.
Gotcha.
And with Rogar finishing, going back to the top, Alag. What do you want to do? You're about 20 meters south of the pureblood who just got a chunk tore out of him by this half-blood orc. Melamber
And shot.
And shot. And Melamber just got crumpled to his feet, or crumpled at your feet. And almost like maybe you didn't see it, but maybe you had a hand in directing the acid in that direction. And you're sort of just, you're there, hovering.
I take a stance to protect my Lambar,
Okay.
and then I use a Thorn Whip to bring the pureblood closer to me.
Okay. Do it. How does Thorn Whip work? Is it in the player's handbook?
I throw a vine-like whip covered in thorns, and it will pull a creature, large or small, 10 feet closer to me.
Cool. Roll for attack. It's a melee spell attack. And add your, so it's melee, so add your strength to it. Alright. 17 hits. You're doing the pureblood, right? The one
Yes.
who's, okay, and so do your Thorn Whip damage 1d6. Holy shit. Okay.
Nice.
Alright, how do you wanna kill him? He's dead, he dies. How do you wanna kill him?
I want to kill him with my talons piercing through his eyes.
Well, you got him with your whip right now. So do you wanna pull him in?
Around the
and
throat,
then kill him?
decapitate
Yep.
him.
Yeah, I want to pull him in and then kill him.
Okay, so you wrap this whip, or so you summon this earthly energy, and a root comes towards you, and it starts to grow thorns as you grasp it like a handle, and you start to pull it out of the ground, and it's almost like never ending until it eventually tapers at about like 8 feet long. This root that starts to like sprout thorns, and you fling it at this pureblood who's just trying to stay on his feet, and it wraps around his neck, and you pull him towards you, and it's sort of just, it's almost like a snake as it continues to wrap itself. Thorns continue to wrap itself around the guy.
Ironic.
And yeah. And it's almost like the stem has a life of its own, and you let go of it, and it just sort of holds it in place, and you just start to gash at it with your you said you wanted to do it with your talons?
Yep.
So you just start to tear at it with your talons, just fiercely, just almost like you haven't had a good solid meal in a long time, and just like almost ravenously, you just start to tear at it, and he just sort of dies. And the blood sort of just seeps into this vine as it crumples, as the guy crumples to the ground. And yeah, that guy's dead. And the pureblood's turn was next. Yeah, do you want to use your move, Alag?
I fall back to take a stance over Malabar to protect him.
Cool. Yeah, pureblood's turn was next. He's dead, super viciously, right in front of everybody's eyes. He's torn to shreds. Next turn is the brood, who came in first, who's closest to, let's see, who ran up to them. Nobody actually ran up to him yet. A brood, right?
No, they
Yeah,
kind of
we
ran
were
to
all
us.
focused on
Yeah, they were all. Yeah, you were all focused on the pureblood. I'd say Rogar was probably the closest to the. No. Yeah. Rogar was probably the closest to the north. The Brewguard is going to come in, and he's going to try and to bite you, Rogar. Just sort of take a chunk out of your armor.
What an asshole.
Got a what's an attack?
So the summoner dies and his summoned minions stay. That sucks. Let's kill them, all of them.
13. Rogar, does that hit?
What do I have
Sure.
to miss?
AC.
Your armor class. Yeah, your AC.
Oh, it's 16?
So no.
18
So no.
actually, because I forgot to add the shield.
Nice. Okay. So you fling him off. He charges at you, and he goes in for a bite, and you easily just sort of fling it off. You just sort of parry the entire beast, and it sort of runs right past you, almost like a bull at a bullfight. And yeah, he used his move to get to you, and he tried to attack. So that's his turn. Next is Brigham.
All right, so at this point, I'm done concentrating with Bless, so that's gone.
Yep.
So I'm kind of in one move. I want to pull a mason shield out and kind of take a step towards the log that I was sitting on,
Okay.
and then kind of just jump off the log, and I just want to brain one of these broods.
Okay. Yeah, do it.
And I want to say, while I'm in the air, I'm gonna brain you or something like that. Something really cool.
So you're gonna jump from the log to them. So that's like an athletics check. I'd say.
All right.
See if you can make that jump.
Get
Let me
brain.
pull up my sheet. Nope.
Critical
I
fail.
trip off the log and stab
yeah.
myself in the throat, I think.
You go to stand on the log, and you misjudge because of the flicker of the fire where to step, and you basically put your foot down full force, and you lean forward, and you kind of trip over the end of the log. Maybe a little drunk. You started pre-gaming early, thinking you were just gonna have a good night's rest on your first night of this adventure, and yeah, you sort of fall over, and you want to use your other turn to get back up and take a more defensive stance, or what do you want to do next?
What can I do from prone? I mean,
You could basically use your action to stand back up. I think you could cast some spells from the ground, but you're at a disadvantage if anybody tries to do anything against
all right.
you.
Well, I'm gonna roll athletics to try to jump back up like a ninja and see if anyone didn't see it.
Okay, do it.
I'm okay.
Okay.
13.
Meant
The
to.
only person
meant to.
who managed to see it would have been who's closest to you. Kalen's run off.
Probably
Delilah's run
might be Rogard, right? Maybe.
off.
Did
Might be Rogar.
I didn't run off.
No, Kalen just Kalen was probably the one who saw.
Oh
you
yeah,
all
she's
around.
probably looking around. Yeah.
Yeah,
Don't
she's
worry, I'll
probably
play it
looking
cool.
around. Yeah, she's probably the only one who managed to actually catch it. Everybody else is sort of preoccupied.
I just want to
with
flash
what's
the.
going on around
I just want to flash the thumbs up at her. Right when I get up. I'll get it.
Dude, that little thing you said while you were trying to jump off that log looks really dumb now, though.
Listen, you fight your own battles, all right?
I just blew fire in these two dudes' faces.
You don't even know what's going on. You're too busy. You're living your own world.
Alright, next is Uraz.
Oh, it is? Sweet.
Yeah, sorry. This is back to the correct order.
Okay, I'm going to immediately run over to Melamber and lay on hands that poor bastard.
Okay, so
And how much HP do you have, Melamber?
0,
No, like what's your max HP?
6.
Yeah, you're fully healed, buddy.
I think this is like the only
Oh.
time he's been happy to have some dude touch him.
So Melamber, Uraz runs across. You're a half orc. He sprints 20 meters towards this elf, and just grabs him on his like he lays his hand on his chest and feeling the what is
I do the Obi-Wan heal.
spiritual
And he's not even
spiritual
winded.
energy.
I do the Obi-Wan heal. I put my hand on my head, then I put it on his head, and he gets up.
Oh,
It
so
works.
you like grab put your hand on your like temple for a little bit, and you focus your spiritual energy and like your religious energy. I don't know what to call that. Just basically everything from your god that you sort of work for, and you sort of draw it out from yourself, and then you put your hand on his forehead, and you sort of transfer any of this health that you can, and manage to get Melamber up and going and feeling basically like he never went down, back to full health, miraculously.
Welcome
Got a
back.
funny taste in my mouth.
Oh god.
Welcome back.
What's up?
Thank you.
How quickly does Lay on Hands heal them entirely? Like, there's got to be some kind
Well,
of like damage to his
I can-
face.
Basically, I can heal per day my HP plus level times 5.
Jesus.
Holy crap.
No,
Jesus.
I'm sorry. It's my level plus 5 every day.
Oh,
Nice.
that makes more
Well,
sense.
that's still pretty good.
Yeah, hold on. Let me see.
No, your level times 5. I'm reading it right now.
Yeah, my level times
Holy.
5.
For a number of hit points equal to your paladin level times 5. Since you're level 1, I'm actually at 5 out of 6.
Okay, yeah. So pretty close to fully healed. For free. Enjoy.
Jeez.
No spell slot. Done.
Cool. So that
I
was
just
your
touched you with my
move.
light finger.
That
I
was
did
your
the
So am I back into the same
Yeah,
pattern
you're
then?
back into you're back into the pattern. I'll get you when you come up. Next is the other brood is going to move and charge at Rogar because he just threw off his brood partner. He's gonna try and roll 20. Eight. You laugh as he charges at you, and you pin his like snout into the ground with the bottom of your shield, and you sort of kick him in his ass as he runs by you. And yeah, he just sort of misses entirely as he runs into bite. Next would be Caitlin. Yeah,
I'm gonna loose the arrow at that one.
the one who just got parried by Rogar. Cool.
Yes.
$18 hits. The double checking. Yeah, definitely hits. $12. Nice. Cool.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Guy's gotta be dead.
Not
close to it.
We'll see. Cool. So this arrow catches it directly in the eye, and it sort of thrashes in pain, sort of clawing up at itself. Its arms clumsy. They're sort of longer, almost touching the ground from where from how tall he is. He's clawing at this arrow in its eye, and he manages to break off the stem or the shaft of the arrow, blade still in its eye, and he looks furious. And yeah, that was your
I'm gonna
action.
use gonna use my action to move back just a little bit now that I'm not guarding Delilah.
Okay. And so you'll move, I guess, south towards where the pure blood was standing.
Yeah, just to give myself a little bit more space.
Hey,
Okay.
just a reminder, you get a +2 bonus to attack rolls when you're shooting arrows.
Awesome sauce.
I don't know if you want to add that on.
I mean, would it really make a difference at this point, though?
Might. I don't know.
To my attack
What?
bonus or my
To
my
attack
hit
for the
bonus?
damage.
It's the Oh, it's the attack roll, not the damage roll. Sorry.
That's all good.
Late.
Dude, I'll change that 12 to a 14.
Right.
Mhm.
Next is Rogar.
Is it?
No. Next is Delilah, then it's Rogar.
Like that.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, am I able to get behind either of these guys this turn?
Yeah, you could easily get behind them. Well, how far can you move? They're probably, you're on the east side, you're probably about 35-ish feet away. 30, 35.
My speed is 30.
Yeah, you can make it behind one of them. The other
Alright.
one's probably closer to 45.
Which ones?
The one that just got the arrow sort of jabbed into its eyeball is the one that's closest to you.
I guess that's the one that's getting stabbied.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for. You get sneak attack, so it's with advantage. With advantage, right?
Yep.
Yep.
That's better.
Okay, yeah, that one hits. Roll for damage.
Wait, I forgot a sneak attack.
Sneak attack is what?
Sure, it gets
Double?
disgusting eventually. No, it's like a D6 or something right now, early levels. But at like level
1d6.
at like level
starts
5 or something, she gets stupid amounts.
It starts getting exponentially. Pro.
So, 9.
Isn't there like a flanking bonus too?
Yeah, she rolls with advantage if she gets the flank,
That's right.
And then sneak attack damage.
and then sneak attack damage.
Why didn't I
so
get a sneak attack damage?
You don't
'Cause you
have
ain't a rogue.
You're not a rogue.
Yep.
Oh, it's
That everybody
class
kind of
specific.
knows where you are. You're not sneaking.
I mean, that guy didn't know I was coming up behind him.
So it's 9.
Sure. Copy that. All right. So this thing just had the arrow in it, and it sort of snaps it out. As it snaps it out, this tiny little girl comes up and starts to slash at it repeatedly with her dagger, and manages to cause a significant amount of damage. There are deep gashes in it. It doesn't look like it's about to fall over, but it does look like it's in pain. You can see some of its inner workings, sort of innards, sort of beating still in place, but gushing liquids of sorts. And yeah, that was your move. That was your action. You want to do your bonus action for anything?
Nope.
Cool.
Actually, I don't think I
Next
can do
is-
anything else.
Yeah, there's probably not much else. Next is Rogar.
Could she duck back out of the way again?
She
No,
could,
It's movement, isn't it?
no. I think eventually she can move into stealth as a bonus action, but right
Yeah.
now I'm pretty sure
Right
it's a
now,
full
no.
action. Yeah. So for now, I think she's good. Rogar, you're next.
I want to attack. I'm gonna draw my sword and attack the guy who's leaking.
The one you just parried off.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Just do I have to add anything onto that? I don't think so, right?
If it's a melee attack, I'm pretty sure it's plus your
That's-
strength.
That's for damage
Right.
though.
Oh, you're right.
8.
I think it's something to attack. Pretty sure it's not just a straight D20.
Yeah.
That misses. D8 or 8 misses. So just having parried this guy and him just being slashed at and having the arrow stuck in him, you sort of overcompensate for your swing as it staggers back, and you swing right past him, and you manage to catch yourself and get into a defensive stance again to prepare yourself for the next like flurry of attacks, but you definitely it missed him by an inch or two. It wasn't as close as it could have been.
All right.
Do you want to use your move? No?
Oh no, no.
Cool. Next is Melamber. Having just
Alright.
come back from...
Having just got back on my feet,
Yeah.
I'm about 20-30 feet from the battle area. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
20-ish, 30 feet. 20. Yeah,
Okay.
about 30
Without moving, I'm going to kind of wave my hands in kind of a circular motion in front of me, like I'm holding an invisible ball, and start conjuring a ball of fire right in my hands without touching or burning anything. I'm going to throw it at the lizard who has his guts spilling out from behind.
Okay, go ahead and toss it. Is it an attack
Okay.
roll or is it a saving throw on their part?
That's a good question.
What's it called?
Firebolt. Make a ranged attack spell attack against the target, so I do need to roll attack for hit. So there is that. 25.
Okay, yeah, no, that hits. Jesus. Yeah, that hits.
And then it is 1d10 plus 6. And I do 13 damage.
Okay. This thing, so having just been revived from Uraz laying his hands on you, you feel inspired and you basically hold your hand out and this arcane energy begins to glow blue before bursting red into like just a flaming ball of fire, and you huck it almost grenade style at this creature, this abomination, and it almost explodes in the air around him, and it splashes his brood with fire, searing a lot of his wounds shut, almost like they stop bleeding just because they're now burning.
Cauterized?
They're all cauterized. And he does not look like he's long for this world. It's struggling to stay awake, or trying to stay focused, and figuring out who he wants to attack next.
Probably
and
one
that
hit point.
brings it. Do you want to move or anything?
No, I'm close to Uraz. I'm just gonna stay here. I'm out of range.
Okay.
More or less.
Alag, back to the top. We're back. Everybody's gone, right? I didn't miss anybody. I got
Don't
the
think
order
so.
right that time. Cool.
I think so.
Alag, back to the top.
What's going on? Sorry.
So the pureblood is dead, and one of the broods has just been destroyed at this point. It's on its last leg, and one of the other brood has only had to dodge out of the way of the fire, and it made that successful roll, and he's looking around to attack.
Okay, I take out
Also,
my
first, you just got done viciously killing that pureblood. By the way, that was you who killed it. Remember?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I take out my short bow, and I fire an arrow to finish off the badly hurt brute.
Okay. Go for it. It's gonna. I'd use your move action to pull the bow out, and then your action to actually shoot it.
Okay.
Cool.
Is it
This'll get faster when
dexterity or
people-
strength for bow?
Dexterity for bow. This will get faster when everybody knows what they're doing. I feel like right now it's going at a pretty good pace, but we could
I rolled a 15.
when people understand things. 15 hits. Go ahead and roll damage. And I think the music's helping.
I'd say so.
I agree with that.
I think it's really late for everybody, though.
But yeah, I wanted to keep going for the battle.
Yeah.
We
Attack
can,
bonus.
pause whenever you'll need.
I have to roll the attack bonus is +3, right?
Yes.
And I add that to the 1d6.
Oh, for damage, I don't think you add anything. You add the. Actually, does anybody know for bows? Does it add your dexterity?
Yeah, that is. I was just reading up on that. So for melee on the attack, you add strength, which I didn't do, and then for bows, range is dexterity.
Okay, so add your dexterity.
9.
9. Okay. You kill it. How do you want to kill it?
She
with your
better be
arrow?
dead.
Just shoot it through the fucking face.
It takes an arrow just like directly between the eyes, and it hits like that part of the brain where it just immediately crumples to the ground. And yeah, you sit there, you followed through, like you didn't drop form at all. You just release the arrow, and you just watch it just drop this brute to the ground, and it crumples dead. And that brings it back to your blood. Then it brings us back to the brute who has only had to deal with dodging out of Rogar's fire, who's now going to charge at Rogar, being as he's the closest one to him, and he's gonna roll his attack. He is going to. Is there anything else you can do? No, he's gonna try and bite you again.
Okay.
Eight. These rolls suck. Miss. So this brute is he's clumsy on his feet, almost like he doesn't know what exactly he's doing, and he takes a lunge at you, and he just misses almost entirely, and you shrug off any of his attempts to do anything, and brings us to Brigham. You've got a single brood left.
Yeah. Let me think for a sec. I think I'm just going to try, because I'm fairly close to it.
Yeah.
I think I just want to try to hit one of its knees with a mace.
Okay, go for it. $19 hits. So you take a whack at this guy's knees. Go ahead and roll for damage.
1d. Four.
So 4. Okay.
We're so wimpy right now.
Right. And since you specified his thing, he's gonna make a dexterity saving throw
Probably.
to sort of stay on his feet. Alright, you hit him in his knee and he falls onto his knee, like not completely prone. He'd have to use his bonus action to stand back up. He didn't fall flat on his face, but he's definitely slowed down a bit.
Yep.
And that was Brigham. It's your guys' turn next.
All right. I'm gonna make my way over to that brood
Okay,
and make an attack on him
go for it.
with my great sword. Boom! Crit!
Nat
Which
20,
means I
nice.
get an extra damage die on that.
Yep.
Boom.
12. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's from my savage attack. I get an additional damage die on crits. Thank you, half orc.
So you take out a chunk of this guy's like from his shoulder, almost to, like his arm. Just a chunk of him has just been carved out, and he is furious. Like his arm is almost uselessly hanging limp, and he wants to he's out for blood at this point. Cool.
Oh, I
Um,
forgot.
ahead.
I didn't do double damage on that because it was a crit. Like, hold on. I guess it would be
24.
yeah.
Okay.
Or wait, no, it would be 14 plus 1 plus 4. So 19 total.
19 total.
Yeah.
So minus 7 extra.
Yeah, it'd be 7 extra because I get an extra damage dice, but it doesn't like stack with the double damage from the crit.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, 19 total.
Cool. Yeah. No, he is furious. He's out for blood. And are you gonna use your move to do anything? Oh, you used your move to get closer than the attack.
Yeah,
So
I used my move to get to him.
next is the brood that died, and then it's Kaylin.
All right, I'm gonna loose an arrow at that one.
Okay. You pull out your arrow with practice precision, and you let loose. And hits 21.
Yeah.
Yep. Hits. Roll for damage.
I'll take it. Did 9 damage.
So it just had a chunk of its shoulder torn out of it, and this arrow comes flying through. So it's like the sword just comes out and went cheek right through its chest, almost through like it. Just the practiced aim that a ranger like you has, just like right through a rib, right between 2 ribs, and just sort of hits it in like a vital spot, and it just screams in pain, just like an agonizing pain, and it looks hurt. It was a very critical hit. Or very, yeah, you know what I mean.
Got it.
And that was Kaylin. Are you gonna move at all?
No, I'm good.
Then it's Delilah's turn. You're about 10 feet from this thing.
Front or back?
I'd say you're as hit him from the south. You're probably on his left side, probably more towards his back than his front. But you're more on his flank.
Would I be able to move to his direct rear this turn? And hit him? Or did I
Yeah,
do this?
I think so. You're about 10 feet away from him.
Alright, yeah, then I should have more than enough movement.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna do that then.
Cool. Go ahead and roll. And does that count as flanking? Yours is keeping him occupied, so I think that would count as flanking. So roll with advantage. Or with critical fail. Okay, let's hope this next one is better. Lots
Wow.
better. Yeah. Go ahead and roll for damage.
I don't know if this counts as a sneak attack.
Does that count as sneak attack?
I don't know. Does it?
Did he see her coming?
Probably not.
Can't
He's
you
probably not
roll a
paying
perception
attention.
against that for the creature?
She wrote.
Is that how you
It would be
get
a
whether a
passive
creature
perception.
sees them?
It'd be a passive perception because he's not actively looking for Delilah, and his passive perception is
10 plus wisdom
10.
modifier?
yeah.
Okay.
His passive perception is 10. Roll a d20. See if he saw you coming. You have to beat a 10.
D20 or D20 with my.
D20 with your sneak. Or you're not stealthy, are you? No, you're not. You weren't stealth.
Well, I broke stealth, I believe.
Yeah.
Stab.
Yeah, to stab. You weren't
And
stealth.
she wasn't seen.
Yeah. So yeah, go ahead and roll sneak attack.
So it's 10.
10.
10 damage.
Okay. How do you want to kill it?
Nice.
Delilah is going to skedaddle on up.
Stab it
Over
up the
herself at
butt.
the last second. Trip over herself right as she reaches it. Pretty much accidentally stab it in the kneecap. The back of the kneecap. Falling down on one knee and then just start crawling on its back and stabbing like mad.
Okay.
Don't stop.
So as yours has taken this chunk out of this brood and it's had an arrow hit it in it's almost like heart area, you Delilah comes sprinting up from the back and she sort of stumbles a little bit like a 13-year-old that's too excited for that candy, but in this case it's the kill. She runs up, she trips a little and manages to stab it in its like the back of its knee, and as it goes down, Delilah sort of like falls on her back and just sort of starts stabbing it on its underside over and over again until it sort of just crumples almost directly on top of Delilah, but she manages to sort of roll out of the way as the this brood sort of comes crumbling down in its spot. Cool, and that's this encounter for the three of them. For this
Hey. All right. Hey, Shed, I've got a quick question for you. Mechanical question. Do you like to do just double damage on crits, or do I need to roll double the dice?
What do y'all say? Double
I
damage
think we
is
said-
easier.
No,
That's the two options. Mechanically, we can either have them roll double the dice, the damage dice, or you can just double damage, and that's DM preference.
Yeah, what do y'all have a preference? Do y'all care? I don't.
I
care
like
either way.
doing
No.
double. It's usually a little easier.
Easier math to just double damage.
Yeah, just double
Yeah,
damage.
sounds good.
Sounds
Cool.
good. Cool. So that's the encounter. Do we want to wrap things up here so we can
yeah, it's good.
get things going?
Yeah.
Let me deal out XP real quick.
Do
7.
are
What
we
do you
just
do
gonna
last
like
time?
camp
For
here?
social encounters.
Wait, what?
Go ahead, Krusty.
Do we also get XP for social encounters successful? Basically, if we
could-
get what we're seeking.
Was that social encounter successful?
It's a social encounter with your
beat the
hammerhead.
Shit out of him all day. That guy started at like 40 health, and by the time he actually got into the fight, he had like 15. I was like,
And I
"What
still
is
got
this?
down by him.
This guy's gonna die.
I mean, that's like aggressive
bad, Google.
negotiations, right?
No, it's fine. I was thinking I would have some kind of advantage to the attack if I, like, tried to stab him in the back of the neck and sever his spinal
You did
column.
have advantage. If you would have had advantage on the hit onto hit or not.
Yeah, I didn't realize that,
You're
like,
not super.
I don't know. I
skilled
thought
with
maybe I would be able to
knives.
do some kind of critical damage that would just kill him because he wasn't expecting me.
No.
Well, if I had known better,
This,
if I had known better, I'd have shoved a fireball up his butt But yeah, it's all good. Learning experience plus a character point that I'm going to work with.
Hmm.
All right, so what do we say with XP? Sorry.
So how'd you
Yeah.
like
Divided by
my
7, right? 7 of y'all.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hmm.
Cool. This was actually a deadly battle for y'all,
Ooh.
and yeah, you each get 236 points or XP.
Bumps us up to 346.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, so
That's
some of
level
you
2,
gain
yeah?
levels. I think Alex is the only one who doesn't gain a level from this.
Anyway,
Wait, what?
because you
Yeah.
weren't here for session one.
Yeah, for session
Oh.
1 they got 100 XP. You're only what, like 110 XP behind. So it's
All
not
right.
Yeah.
a lot.
Something like that. I
So
don't know.
since we're level 2, do we roll for our
Let's do that. Let's go over the leveling
As-
up shit next time.
Do I?
Yeah.
Do I not?
That'll
get
be a good
level
Start
one?
opener.
with that.
You're
No,
level
you
one.
are
You start at
level
level 1.
Schmitty.
Oh.
Yeah. They're leveling up to level 2. Because you level up to level 2 at 300 XP. I will take arguments for any kind of extra XP for social encounters. If anybody's got something, I'm not like that was
we
not
did success.
that was
in
not
my,
negotiating.
in my opinion, though.
I want. I now that I'm thinking about it, do I get a little bit of XP for the everything with the guard?
Oh,
Be
yeah,
fucking
bribing the
dude,
guard to
and then
get
giving
us out?
them-
All right.
and then
If
Are you
you
giving them-
making a
guys-
poor dude who gets like 1 silver a week poop himself?
If you guys don't mind,
Oh,
and then yeah, tossing them money and fucking with them at the end of it.
I'm down for that. You get 3 XP for that, or even
Hell
it
yeah!
out.
All right, 350.
if you guys don't mind, I'm gonna go ahead and head off. I'm falling asleep in the chair.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
no, we're wrapping things up here. This is so ideally we'd end an hour and 45 minutes ago.
Yeah, I've been recording for 4 hours and 1 minute.
Yeah.
What
How'd you
about,
guys-
long, but they're fine.
How'd you guys like
They'll
my
get faster.
introduction?
That was
Good.
funny. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
And now the hard part's over. Getting people into the party is the hard part, I think. And then
I
now that
was-
you're all adventuring together.
I was dreading having to figure out how to get another character in here.
Yeah.
That would
Like,
have been
Google gets
awkward.
one shot. The first thing that happens in this is Google gets one shot. Like, okay. And then critically fails his death saving throw.
Yeah, that would have been bad.
Made it all the worse.
I'm just glad I was able to get to him and lay on some hands.
Anyway,
Lay my
I'm
hands on
Yeah,
him.
you're good, Schmitty. Have a good
See you,
night.
man.
all right.
Later.
I'll
Night.
see you guys later.
Yeah.
I'm out
So,
too. It's fucking late.
for
Night.
for
Have a good
Good
one.
night. So for social interactions, do I get anything for doing all that stuff with the dude before Google stabbed him in the neck?
He did
With
kind of
the
earn
knife.
his trust a little
that
bit.
was
Or
pretty good.
respect.
You did earn his trust. You get 2 for that. You get 2 XP for that.
All right.
Like if we come up with a really good way to go around a problem, that would be a good one.
Yeah, I'll give some good XP for like solving an intense puzzle. Which there were puzzle opportunities. There were other. You didn't have to hit them all the time, but
Looking at you,
Wow.
Krusty. Looking at
it
you.
worked. It worked. You didn't
Well,
kill him. You sort of
but
just
Literally,
Yeah.
I am the hammer of the church. That's what
the
they
way
want me
he
for.
wants. He was more trying to just stay alive, and then Google tried to kill him.
Someone else other than the church is interested in your
But-
hammer now.
I will say he could have still